Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 11 of the 316 role playing game show. We're playing the amazing 316 role playing game, the Space Starship Troopers crossed with Heller's Sketch 22 style amazing war simulator in space. I'm Eric. I am the temporary game master. This game is really fun for switching around if this is your first time watching. But I'm currently being the game master for this round. I have been having a hell of a fine time playing role-playing games this week, y'all. Just real quick, indulge me for a little bit. Yesterday, I played The King is Dead on live, the Kickstarter preview version, which uses a bunch of cards, which I know Meg and Vincent were experimenting with within Dreaming Avalon, which is sort of their other game that they've been working on in the similar like Firebrand's King is Dead style of game. And so this was the first time we played with cards, and I read it as best I could beforehand. I was like, do the cards add value here? Or, before that, it was like flip a coin or just decide, sort of the mechanics. And this time you had these cards, and I'm still thinking about it, whether or not it truly adds a value. The end of the game was interesting because of cards, but otherwise, boy, man, everyone in that game brought it. Shout out to Tafcat, Alice. If you ever, hey, anyone here is watching this and needs a role-playing game or like expert role player in your show, and you looking for somebody and everyone else is, hey, who's good? Alice. Pick Alice. Go to Alice. Ask them. They are amazing. I don't know their schedule, how busy they are, but, oh my God. I sent out a clip of it and she just dunked on me in this scene in an argument about, loyalty and why her house betraying the orders of my house to do, technically the right thing. But you betrayed, it was a lawful order and you didn't follow it. And just her rebuttal, it was literally like the perfect dunk. Like she just dunked on me. It was amazing. So shout out to you, Alice. Grant over here. Grant in chat was also in that game. So that was super fun. And then the day before that, I did DCC and, they fought one of the most brutal monsters in the entire swamp of the game. I was like, here comes the first total party kill right out of the gate. First character, critical hits the thing, stuns it for a round. So this giant crocodile goes underwater again, like unconscious, and everyone grabs ropes and starts hacking it and trying to kill it. It has just a little band left of HP left by the time it comes back up. And it just starts eating people. It eats the person who critted it at the very start. And we're like, no, Cricket, we're going to build a monument. And then DCC has this game this mechanic called Flip the Body Over, which is like when somebody dies, if there's only like an hour has passed or whatever, you go over and see like, oh man, are they actually okay? And it's like a single roll. You live or die. It's like a death save. It's one death save in D&D 5th edition terms. And, you got to beat a 10, or this time this one is you beat your own luck score. And this guy survived. This guy crawls out from the teeth like a heroic piece of plaque, and he's like, it was amazing. This whole game, oh man, I've never seen a game that relies so much on the chaos plateau that's also so rewarding. It's so weird that even that story that I just told you, while epic and amazing, was even more in play because it's so not guaranteed in any way, shape, or form for this to happen. So it's weird to say that the play is so much more fun than even retelling an amazing story. And it's true for most role-playing games. That's why we do it and don't write books. But boy, that it's tough to describe other than just to experience it. Anyways, that's me. You're not here to see me. You're here to see all these other amazing role-playing gamers. John, what's up?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned The King is Dead. I thought you might, because I was going to mention it too. It was a really good session to watch as a viewer, but also for people out there, especially because the game's on Kickstarter right now, for people who are curious about the game and didn't know what it was, I felt like a good demo too. It showed off the qualities of that game. Yeah, I'm really excited about that format. I've got a couple game sketches in my notebook that are using the King is Dead format, whatever that ends up being called. I really like it. That question and answer format is really great for new gamers, especially. And watching your session inspired me, so I'm going to be running a King is Dead session in the next couple weeks probably. Probably not on stream. I'm going to try to recruit some like non-gamer friends to come in and put it through its paces and see if I can create some new role players out of that experience. Maybe.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be awesome.
I haven't done any role playing evangelism in a long time, so it's not usually my thing. But I know a few people that I think it'll be a really good fit for. And watching you guys play yesterday was like confirmation. Like, yeah, okay, this will fly with that group of people. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Oh, and I should also mention I'm playing Blades in the Dark as a player. On Monday on that D&D podcast channel, and it's going to be cool. I think we have a good group, and we're playing. Well, I maybe I shouldn't say what we're playing yet because I don't know for sure if we've like affirmed what the group is, but it might be a cult. So that could be cool.
Heart.
I know. It's going to be kind of a weird interpretation of that, I think, but. I haven't played the game in a long time, so that'll be fun. I'll tweet out the details, but looking forward to that. Yeah. Man, my voice is just suddenly getting like really weird, so I'm gonna pass it off to Strash.
Yeah.
What have you been up to?
I was gonna say my life's been busy but boring. Mostly doing game design and real life stuff. I wish I had some more exciting details to share. But John set me up. Hi, kitten. John set me up with something pretty rad, which is gaming evangelism. So real quick, I was having lunch with a bunch of my coworkers, and because we are on tight deadlines, I had to check in with John, who's my design partner. Not this John, but John Buff Little, who's the other half of Off Guard Games. And in the process, like I had to get some checklists, like, oh, did we send this to the artist? Did you do this? And so on. And so people were like, oh, what's that? And then I was like, oh, it's this book we're working on. They're like, oh, you're working on a book? I was like, well, it's a role-playing game book. It's not a book. And they're like, well, is it a real book? I was like, yes. And so I showed them like the cover and some of the art and some other stuff. And everyone's like, oh, I've always been interested in role-playing games. And it's like, maybe you guys can run a game. So apparently we're going to actually run a game for a bunch of our coworkers, probably one of these upcoming Saturdays. So that should be interesting and fun. And speaking of Tafcat/Alice, who was in the rad King is Dead game, she'll be holding a King is Dead one-shot for us in another couple weeks. I don't know that that'll be on stream either, but I'll at least get to play it myself. So yeah, those are the semi-exciting things that are happening in my life. I guess fingers crossed, maybe in the next game or two, I'll have some more exciting news to announce about some Band of Blades, which, by the way, I'll be on a stream on Thursday, I think. So look out for that. One game. What have you been up to?
Not too much. I've got a stream coming up that I think that we're getting a group of friends together, and my friend Gina wants to do another stream, so we're going to do a BarCon, but online. So we'll see how that goes. And I'll get more details out when that's going. And tonight, I think I'm going to go see Tarkovsky's Stalker up on the big screen.
Oh.
So,
nice. I've never seen it in the theater.
I have never seen it, so I'm like, okay, I got a chance to see it up on a big screen at the Egyptian. I think, yeah, I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
Cool.
That should be fun. Back to you, Eric.
Yeah, so I guess it must be, I miss living near a good movie theater that would just show old movies. One of my favorite.
I thought Seattle had a couple.
They do. There's like Central Cinema, but now I no longer live near it. One of my most favorite nights was a double feature of The Princess Bride and Conan the Barbarian. Yeah, that was it was a good night. So okay, and speaking of good nights and good times, we're gonna play some 316. It's been a little while since we played. Now I could do the recap, but would someone else like to do the honors of sort of reminding us what's going on since last time? Okay.
Nobody.
Yeah. Like the last.
I remember we were killing little red panda things.
Yeah,
I
remember
wasn't
that.
going to admit to that. I was just going to let somebody else convict us of the war crimes. I wasn't going to volunteer.
Uh, I recall that we finished the planet with the wheel spokes, and
Yes.
we went back up to the ships, and we had some arguments with the two.
Brass.
I'm gonna forget this. Yes, the two are they marshals, majors,
Majors.
Yes,
Shields.
yes. And then we had to select a new planet and do some landfall, and we discovered that there was this like group of sentients, and the ones that we are supposed to eradicate are ones that have been fusing with the weird nanotech problems that we've encountered previously. Silicate alien life form, whatever we want to call it. It needs a designation, something clinical, like
Mhm.
species X7283. But yeah,
Mhm.
I'm
Oh,
writing
that's
that
good.
down. That's all
Yeah.
I'm going to call them now.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, wasn't it? Okay, it wasn't gas facility M847. What was the first? Was it Daisy?
Daisy.
It's
was the
Planet
first one.
Daisy.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
where we
Daisy was
first encountered it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so
The
that's
dust.
what I remember. Anybody else got details I might have missed?
No,
One
that
of the
w-
groups
yeah.
sort of tried to bring us a peace offering,
Right.
and we obliterated them. I think Young's rocket pod, in particular, smashed them real good. And yeah, last time it was I just noticed the kill count here on in my notebook. It was pretty
Yeah.
lopsided.
Yeah.
Young really ran away with it.
Yeah, I honestly stopped counting after Young got like 93 and then 77, to be honest with you. I know it's bad. I forgot to add them. But
Well,
it's just
90
egregious.
It was 93, 51, and 43.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yes,
got
that's
7.
my note.
Oh, yeah.
My,
Okay.
Pasternak got 77.
Oh, that's right.
And I got 10. I helped, sort of.
Yeah.
But I'm the least awful. I killed the least number of cute red pandas that were trying to be our friends. Although one is too many, really.
It's true. It's true.
look at your
So
orders.
what I don't remember though, Eric, and maybe you can remind us, like the situation we were in after the massacre of the peace treaty. Were we going off to do something, or had that kind of like ended and we hadn't yet decided our next course of action?
Oh, yeah.
think we-
So, I'm sorry.
Well, we'd established a sort of fire base, like landing area type deal, right? That was what we had killed all of them for.
And if I recall, once we examined like the ones that had come over the hill, we realized that the other group was the technologically more advanced ones that were like fusing with the XN203. And so I think the last action that we had, or at least my idea, the note that I have here for myself, is that I was going to have our ship/patrol boat scan for the other signatures so that we can hunt down the things that I actually consider the real threat.
Yeah, that's what I had in my notes too. I think it actually we wrapped up with us ostensibly going back to the ship with the fire base sort of established, and getting ready for more, planning out the invasion. Yeah. And,
Yeah, because I assume the situation with the Shields brothers has been that we're ahead of them. We arrived in the system first, but we know that they are gonna show up.
Yes.
And so we're trying partially to just follow orders, but also like get stuff done on our own before they show up and start messing with us.
Mm-hmm.
So in the fictional time space of our characters' minds, like, do we feel like this process that we're about to do, like go back to the ship, scan, is that like going to chew through a bunch of our time? Or is it going to be a quick thing, or how do we feel about that?
I thought it would be a short enough time. I thought
Okay.
that the clock would kind of start after we get the mission.
Okay, cool.
But is that how we feel?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Cool.
That's fine.
Okay, and I think we also made it very clear that no one was bringing any samples of anything on this planet back up in any
Yep.
way, right? I just want to be
That's what we want.
Okay.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
we can
If,
enforce that in some way.
If somebody tries to, you let me know. I will
Yeah.
watch for that kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I think at least the Savannah people are savvy when it comes to the weird black substance, black dust. So
Yeah.
yeah, we'll keep an eye out for that.
Yeah. Much to the chagrin of Hall, who would love some samples of this to test against the white things from the previous planet to see what they can do. Just not happening. Okay.
Not
Hey.
unless we're forced to.
You know what? If she wants to test it, she is welcome to put on a power armor and come down to the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Good point. Good point.
Yeah.
316. You test what you kill.
Yeah, no, that's good. So let's talk about the mission. And so far, that's kind of what I've had as far as like cutting to the mission briefing between Captain Young. Are we doing the, would Pasternak and Goodman be there as well, like how we kind of were doing the previous ones? Would Sergeant Stone then be there, do you think? Would you have brought them on board?
Yeah, for sure.
Sure. Yeah, I can be there.
Okay. Cool. So, all right. So then we're kind of like in the deck of we're in the deck of the Savannah, going over the mission plans. You have the orbiting of the planet around the moon, the forest moon. That's definitely called not Endor, and
I believe the moon is Kingfisher, or at least
That's
that's
right,
the
yeah.
designation I have because we're using birds.
yes. So yeah, so we definitely see like Captain Hall and Commander Hendricks sort of like talking about whether or not we should get a sample here, and it's certainly erring on the side of Hendricks. And by saying erring on the side, I'm saying it's a final order. You're not bringing anything on my Goram ship. And, that's my order. And she's like, fine, we'll have to go down, and I'll do it myself down there. And that's kind of where we start, and then that's when you guys kind of come in. And so salutes. Captain?
Are we gonna have to take that non-com down with us?
Well, the captain can't order you, right? No. You guys are essentially the same rank.
I believe so. Yes.
It depends. Like, there could be a technicality because she's a medical officer and Young is an infantry officer. So, like,
Right.
in a medical situation, she could give us orders, and in a combat situation, Young,
Yeah.
kind of has the command.
Right.
So it's me.
Yeah.
Or
So,
she's doing the whole I'm intelligence and
Well, yeah, she could. Yeah,
operation.
Yeah. So I think no, I think this is important. So I think Captain Hendricks is going to say, I don't care what you do as long as this doesn't happen on my ship. And then I think maybe Captain Hall's going to request that you escort them and say, oh, but for the safety, for order codes 16 and for the safety of the crew and ship, we must know if this works or not in case something comes back inadvertently. Now, this could be a cure, or this could lead to a development to help Terra if we can stop this dust. And just sort of playing up the appeal to the potential ramifications of testing this and going to the surface and wanting to.
I think there's a moment where Captain Young sort of like looks at him and says, the 316 usually handles these threats by destroying them up close and personal if possible, and from orbit if necessary. But I have a really, really odd question for you, Major, or Captain. Actually. Sorry, yeah. Can you explain to me how this dust traversed multiple light years and systems? And I am not too subtly insinuating that the way this threat is spreading is some sort of delta testing nonsense.
Right. I guess the question she asks back to you, it says, "Last time I checked, you're not cleared for Delta level security access, Captain." Is that true?
Well, that's funny because Young is the one who hacked the Delta computer back on
I
the
think
Euphrates.
Right. So like this is like Delta Black, like she's like Delta Black level security clearance.
I'm totally gonna bluff her.
But
I know that I have credentials in there, and I
Right.
just look at her and I say, perhaps you should check your assumptions. You know what they say inside of assumption is a but. Can't help myself.
Yeah.
Do you want me to roll?
Yeah, sorry.
Do you want me to roll to yeah, no problem.
Yeah, NFA for sure.
Heyo.
Yeah.
Success.
Yes.
With a 5? Yeah. Pretty good.
So the intention here was for you to reveal how this is getting transported. Right?
And essentially what I'm trying to say is like I'm trying to sort of align the ship and potentially spread this information further, particularly in comms and contacts, that this thing, which is pretty much solidly the scariest damn thing that I've ever encountered in my career, is wouldn't be half so scary if I wasn't fighting with like Delta basically spreading it planet to planet, because it's not interstellarly traversing on its own. It's a planetary dust.
Yeah, so they do. She'll be honest with you. She will say, "Yes, it is absolutely a Delta experiment." And keep it vague, but don't worry. It's above board. If that's what you're implying.
What I'm implying is that maybe if you don't shove it onto other planets, it doesn't have a chance to actually be a threat to Terra. We eradicated the last place we were, and it took an entire ship getting destroyed to do it.
I think she's gonna wax high and mighty and say, "What is one ship to the whole galaxy?
What is one planet to Terra?"
I know.
What I'm trying to say is, Terra is only one planet, but it means everything to us.
Yeah. Oh, that's perfect. Because then what she gets ready to say something, and she's like, "We can." You know what? You're right. And she knows of other projects that are also above the pay grade, maybe of you, and she almost blabbed them to you, and she then zips her lips, being like explaining that this is nothing compared to. You definitely get that feeling like this is nothing compared to the other things that we're doing, and then she just zips her mouth.
I'm rapidly prioritizing my targets right now.
Yeah. I give a look to Pasternak, because I know that you were on the Euphrates, and whatever happened there infected the Volga where I was serving, and I got dragged into this. So I'm trying to get a read. Young seems like I kind of know where Young's coming from, but I'm looking at Pasternak to try to see like what you're feeling about this. Do you look like disgusted with this bullshit, or are you like, yeah, anything for Terra? Like where I'm trying to get a read on you.
I think I'm just gonna go, yeah, same old, right? Like that's the deal. That's what happens.
Like this is just how it is, and what are you gonna do?
Pretty much, yeah. Okay.
All right, if I'm not getting any kind of like zealot read off of you, then that makes me feel a little better. And the captain seems like she's caught up in this Delta business, has some kind of cover or something, maybe. I don't know her deal. But I'm the wheels are turning. I'm definitely like thinking about how we need to deal with this doctor. I don't know, I'm not gonna reveal anything right now. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
So yeah.
How else do you deal with officers?
Well, the captain, I think Captain Hall is going to say to you, Captain Young. Well, if the 316 won't escort me down myself, then I will requisition my own team.
Oh no, it's fine, Captain. I will escort you down personally.
Good. Then perhaps we can get some help moving my equipment. And yeah, cool. And then I think maybe there's kind of like a walk and talk, as you get or maybe it still just happens in there. We sort of get the montage of the planet going around, and there's sort of like a couple hot points there, and saying, I've already taken your ground readings and extrapolated by reducing the Heismiser frequencies to cover the sort of epicenters of the dust, or XN 273 hotspots. Now, there seems to be some other inconsequential life form here that the dust seems to be taking a hold of. And I just want to be clear that we should be, besides my own personal research, we should be executing everything with extreme prejudice for Terra.
You just keep being clear, Captain.
All right. Good. Then, good. I just need these sites to be confirmed, and I'm going to need help setting up my base. Now, I think your fire team is close to hot zone designated Alpha, and that could work as a starting for a beachhead.
You coming with us, Captain?
Yes.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she says also like my staff or a few members of my staff as well.
As we're like gonna help them load her gear and stuff onto the dropship.
Yeah.
I would like to grab Pasternak at some point out of earshot, or maybe when we're in our quarters, or some montage-y sequence there.
Mm-hmm.
And since he's our technical corporal, science expert, while we're like loading stuff on, I am going to order. I mean, that's putting it strongly, but like, I'm going to fulfill my role as the platoon sergeant here and order Pasternak to like check out the gear, and I want to know what we're carrying. Basically, I don't want to go into this blind. The Captain Hall is sketchy to me, and I want someone to check it out, and like the two of us can do it together, but Pasternak's kind of the expert, so
sure. So I think this scene is going to be a little bit more difficult, as I think the researchers are also there, like they're not graduate, interns, but like their fellow researchers for Captain Hall are here as well. Like as you're bringing in the things, they sort of have like the clipboards, like checking things off, right? Or like they have their like that little handhold scanner with like the little barcodes being like making sure that sort of stuff, right? And then this is happening.
So my job is going to be distracting them by I'm carrying this like heavier piece of equipment, and there's like another thing on the dropship that's like fragile, do not stack or whatever, and I go over with my big heavy thing, and I'm like, I'm just going to put this over here, all right? And I like start to put it down, and I just like do something really oafish so that to try to draw their attention, so Pasternak can study stuff.
Yeah. Can you test NFA for me, John, to set this up?
Nope, I fail.
Yeah.
I think I've rolled nothing but 9s, like all of my past recent rolls.
Yeah. Okay. So you were putting. So you put something that says "do not stack" on top of another one. Yeah. Okay.
Like some fragile equipment is already in there, and I'm putting like some heavier equipment on top of it, or I'm acting like I'm going to distract them.
Yeah. So it works, but the crate below you begins to sound like a weight alarm, and then you start hearing the high pitch frequency like beep 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 beep, and you hear like compression chambers like cracking down on this thing. It sounds like breaking and crunching of glass. Everyone kind of like stops and sees this happening, and they the two researchers say like, "No, Goramit!" and they start like cursing, just wildly, being like, "No, no, 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 no! That was our sensors."
I'm like,
but
I give him like the dumb infantryman shrug, where I'm just like, I was told to put stuff on the dropship.
Oh no! Oh god! No, I'm gonna have to tell the captain. Oh no, you tell the, and the other ones, they're like conversing with each other. No, you're gonna have to tell the captain. It's like, no, I don't want to get chewed up by this. But you do. So you do. But you just made your mission.
But I break the sensors.
Yeah, you made your mission way more harder for yourself.
All right, cool.
No problem.
And I'll be sneaking over there trying to get a look at stuff. We'll see how I do.
Sure. Yeah. So you're able to take a look at another one.
No.
That's fine. I think
man.
I think with the breaking of that sensor, I think the rest of the ship like lights went from that yellow to like red, being like shoot, like defense, security, or damage mode, or damage mitigation mode has turned on as another one of the RFID kind of boxes happen. Yeah, so you get nothing out of it. But so I think that just the two associates say like, "Oh, now we're gonna have to get closer to the mounds. We can't do it from." Oh no.
Yeah, we just like sort of shrug and keep loading stuff on and try to glance at things, but it doesn't really pan out. We're not subtle.
Yeah.
So Young is a little subtle. I'm not doing anything quite as loud or brash or as direct here, but I take the time to wander about, and occasionally, like when Chief is doing pre-flight checks, I'll ask her how things are going and explain to her the scenario that we've gone in, because everybody that's part of my squad has experienced the dust in one way or another.
Yeah.
And I make sure that they understand that these people are messing with things that they shouldn't, and if it looks like they're trying to sneak something on board or act real funny, they should let me know.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Everything seems to be above bar here, as far as things getting put on the ships. The only last thing I have to ask you guys before we get started and kind of move forward here is the medical injections again.
Oh, we've had them before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's your question?
So the question is whether or not you guys get in line. Remember in Planet Daisy when we were all getting set up to go down to this planet, and there was sort of that experimental injection to quote unquote render you safe from the dust?
Yeah.
The Captain Hall has set up a second one here, and says, now I think I've been able to replicate this and from our research combined, and well, it's not a permanent solution, but this should be able to get us and protect us in Savannah from XN273. So
is it going to protect us better than it did last time?
You're alive, aren't you? What better protection could you want?
The kind that doesn't let this shit get on board.
Well, well, I don't think this can inoculate us from human endeavors.
Good to know.
So what's the situation, Eric? Is everyone like lined up getting on the dropship and having to get an injection, or
her associates are getting
optional, or
her associates are getting the injection? It's optional if you wanted it to be.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Everybody who had it be not optional last time ended up with black eyes and turning into a giant.
Yeah, it kind of depended on how to Captain Young. Yeah, you would kind of see this, and yeah, for what it's worth, I think maybe Captain Hall would have probably told you about the, yeah. So before we go down, here's the latest inoculation drug. It should last for the campaign. But I can't promise anything longer than that.
Can I make sure that either I requisition or our science officer rigs together some EMP grenades? Because if we recall,
Right.
this substance was affected by magnetic/electrics. Like we found out that it was weak to that, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were using, or you guys were using your like fusion batteries. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that sounds like a really good thing to roll up. And why they tell you this? I think the last thing Captain Hall has for you is a warning that says, "I have had to since we've only had a few weeks of jump, I haven't been able to complete my tests on how this interacts with combat drugs."
Better and better.
It's okay.
Great.
Troopers will be fine. The Cancer sticks have no interaction with the anti. I gotta come up with a word for what you would call it. Yeah, just the
Inoculation.
yeah, just the inoculation.
Well, I'll ask Captain Young if she wants me to take everyone's combat drug rations away, or should we just trust that troopers will be disciplined and not test the interaction on their own?
I think real hard, and I'm like, I trust my team, and then I think about Goodman. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
So you want me to pull everyone's combat drug ration?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Combat.
All right, people. You heard the captain.
Wait a sec, Sarge. We're going into a hostile environment with a deadly alien species.
You can stow that shit, Pasternak. Toe the line right here, people. Turn around, and I go down the line and like with the quick Allen wrench thing, like open the thing on the armor and like pull the combat drug thing out and go down the line.
Even Goodman toes the line here.
I would like Eric, Morgan. Do you have your Major's kinetic field armor pin like hidden on you somewhere?
Yeah.
Can I make an NFA test to notice it?
I mean, I guess you can try. What's the?
I guess we could do versus.
That might be a good do.
And unless you think there's no way I could spot it, Morgan. Like if it's just a little pin.
No,
so.
I mean I know where it is, and it is technically visible. I just am curious if you.
Okay. We can do versus, or I can just test it. I guess it's up to you.
Let's do versus.
Okay.
Well, I fail. Look at that. Got a 10. What the hell is the point of having 8s and things?
I know, right? That 10 is still on the die. That's not fair at all.
Yeah. It's been really funny, by the way, just as a quick aside, GMing this for you all. Like, our characters are pretty competent at this point. Not to say they really weren't to begin with, but you guys still failing.
Bad rolls.
Yeah.
So I see it, and you see me see it.
Okay.
It's
technically on the hilt of my knife.
Oh, nice. That's a good place for
cool.
it. Yeah, that's cool.
Little skull, right?
Yeah, totally.
Place for it.
That's awesome.
So as I take your drug ration out of your armor and seal it back up, I like take a second look at the knife, and you see me notice it, and then I look up and I see that you know that I know, and I don't say anything.
All right.
I'm just like,
well, stone's cooler than I thought.
just give you a little nod. Yeah, I'm like looking for allies in this crazy thing, and I didn't trust you guys because you came from the other ship. But I don't know who else to deal with, because you also are the inner circle. Because me and all the Volga people have never been in any of these meetings or anything. We don't know what is going on. So yeah, I'm giving you the signal like, that's cool if we're cool, and like, you know.
And I'll give you a nod. There you go,
okay.
Sarge.
All right.
Yeah. Actually, that's a good question.
I'm gonna hang on, Eric. One more thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to put all the combat drug rations in a quick pouch. I'm gonna like roll it up and seal it, like tape it closed. And I go down to the end of the line to Goodman, and I'm like, "You got the duty, Goodman." And I like hand him the bag. Like, I don't want any of those broken. I want them all returned at the end of the mission, safe and sound. I don't want them lost, and I don't want them used. You're in charge of these. Don't fuck it up.
You got it, Sarge.
All right, that's all.
No problem. Yeah. No problems, man. Here's a quick question. I imagine everyone from the Volga kind of being pretty gung-ho, especially and not really maybe getting the full gravitas of what these things are, right? Or do you think that's sort of past? Do you think there's been enough diaspora or osmosis of stories and camaraderie between the previous crews that the seriousness here is in effect, or is this one of those 100% certified badasses? Oh, we'll kill some panda zombies, no problem, and it's, like, is it that kind of thing, or is it more?
I think there's been like individual bonding and stuff between the two groups, so that we are like a unit now.
Mm-hmm.
But the Volga platoon definitely didn't have the same experiences that the Euphrates people did. So I think even though they've heard some stories, I think they would not have any like actual concern about this. They would be like, yeah, whatever. It's alien stuff. We killed stuff. Like, who cares?
Mm-hmm.
So they might be more gung-ho. Yeah. Just because they didn't experience the infected trooper stuff as directly as you guys did.
Yeah. Okay.
It's one thing to hear the story. It's another thing to actually be there. So,
for what it's worth, and I don't know that it is worth much, so I'm not stressing this too hard. But Young generally has a cold, calculating demeanor, but she has a lot of camaraderie, and it's not that anytime somebody mentions this stuff that she gets rattled, but I think that it's obvious that that there's something off. Like, this is not like every other enemy, right? Like, oh, we're fighting some giant whale creatures, no problem. Giant rock monsters, still no problem. Ooh, squids, no problem. But it's like this stuff, hell no. So yeah.
Okay. Cool. I just want to try to get a tone for the rest of the groups as we're going down. Okay. I think with that, then, I think we have a pretty firm understanding what we got to do. And I think we're ready to kick the tires and light the fires.
mm-hmm.
So, Chief is as chipper as always, right? They're ready to fly back through the turbulent skies here to get back to the drop point. But I think as you guys are flying over, and like she's kind of seeing the maps here, she does make a pretty cool remark to note. She says, "It seems like the elevation points for all of these markers here, they all seem to be about the same distance below. Like they all kind of sit in if I didn't know better, old craters, like a valley, like a circular valley."
Like impact craters?
Yeah. Look at it.
Like how old can you tell?
No, she's just it's like the typographical map, right? And like you see the little like points here, and as you break the Atmo, you can kind of like they get the topographical map data that they needed, and then they kind of see the like curvature of those spots, and it's always like nestled in these areas.
This is like a rainforest, right?
Yeah.
Are there trees that have grown out of those craters, or are they still clear?
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's not like fresh. It's not very fresh. It seems to be it's been there for a while. Like okay. the trees and the ecology looks, that's not the giveaway here. It looks innocuous. It looks exactly like it would be, except just the terrain dips in the sort of like old crater kind of look.
How long ago did you guys throw this shit here?
Are you asking all that?
Yeah, I am. Straight up.
All right.
Yeah.
Like half of it is how long have you been fiddling with secrets man was not meant to know. And the other half of it is, of course, just trying to ascertain if this stuff has some effect on flora, less so than fauna.
I think she'll cryptically just reply that says, I do know this planet was chosen particularly due its verdant growth.
Was chosen when, Captain Hall? You did not answer my question.
How long have we been? I mean,
I'm asking, like, was our encounter on Daisy like the first time they encountered it, or have they been fiddling with this for years?
yeah. They just say years.
Even better. All right.
Yeah, the answer to that question is classified.
Yeah.
The real answer.
Many years.
Yeah.
Many years.
2 weeks ago, Captain.
One too many lots.
Yeah, exactly.
We've always been at war with Eurasia. Yeah.
Mhm. Cool.
316 left Terra over 10,000 strong many years ago.
So shaky.
Thank you, Morgan.
Shaky cams as you guys still go through the last bits of the Atmo of the heavy dense fogs.
Yep.
You guys kind of come in
I'm
over the
wrapping a lollipop and popping it in.
Yes.
You guys didn't get one? I always get a lollipop when I get my shots.
That's awesome.
Nice.
But
I've been saving it for years,
just for that joke.
Yeah. So I guess if it hasn't been explained already at some point, Hall would have mentioned because of the destruction of the sensors, just like her associates agree that now you have to get closer to these drop points in order to get the research that they need.
Cool.
We can.
Yep.
Okay. So, I mean, the event, you don't get shot out of the sky or anything like that. You guys are able to land at the fire base, and
Nice.
yeah, it's weirdly quiet. There's no sounds of any wildlife.
That's not good. Well, just in case creepy wildlife decides to attack us, let's torch the forest and set up our camp, boys.
Yeah.
So is our plan to go and reach all these sites on foot now? Is that what we're gonna do? We're not flying from site to site, or
Driving a cool APC.
Ostensibly, you probably that's possible. Just for convenience sakes, for this experiment, we went to site Alpha instead of Beta, Charlie, and Delta because you guys already went here before, and it's somewhat close enough to march over to Alpha.
Okay.
You mean drive?
Yeah. Well, maybe. So through these forests here, the first thing you've noticed is that your like original like scorched area from where you burned things from literally just like a day or so, it seems to be healing very rapidly in terms of it's kind of like one of those like fast stop motion camera kind of like changes over time. This place seems to have a very this planet seems to have a very strong regenerative sort of sense to it, or at least as far as the plant life goes.
You know what? I'm gonna take like my K bar, or no, wait, I have my claw, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I rake the claw across it, and I just like watch the spot that I damaged for a minute to make sure that like what's regenerating is plant matter and not weird black dust nonsense.
Right. No, it's plant matter.
Okay. Cool.
Yep.
All right. You know what to do. Let's go until we meet some sort of resistance.
Right. So so Captain Hall gets suited up. I think the captain also has some special power armor. Do the captains have like? Is it typical for captains to have sort of like officer power armor? Like, does it look different than anyone else's? Like, are your shoulder pads bigger? You know what I mean? Or your pauldrons?
Warhammer style.
Yeah.
I assumed that I had a cool navy-looking coat, but all right.
Yeah.
I dig it. I'm down with Warhammer
No, like
style.
like a longer. Oh, I like like a the cloak kind of cape around. There's
less of that. There's a
Okay.
shot in the book of an officer with a power claw and like a it looks like a navy
Cow,
coat, like,
yeah.
you know, yeah, with
Oh,
the
yeah.
tall collar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a overcoat over the armor, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's
definitely.
kind of what I've been envisioning is like that plus maybe like aliens armor, but like
There it
yeah,
is.
there you go.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, that's a cool look. Less Roman Legion and more British Navy, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah.
A great
Okay.
coat.
A great coat.
I like this a lot. Cool. I'm into it. Okay. Well.
Yeah,
as you-
commissars from 4K. 40K. That's right, James. That commissar style with the coat.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. So you guys are going to start driving the APC there?
Yeah. So it's the APC, Hall scientists, and the gear inside the APC, and we're on foot.
Yeah, I think so. I think you guys are probably marching in front of it, right? With like the floodlights kind of blaring through this,
Or like
very
phalanx in
foggy.
front. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. So once again, it's eerily quiet. It's void of wildlife, other sans the just the fauna or flora that's growing everywhere.
Who else has
It's
like power claw type?
a
Does
thick,
someone have
heavy
a-
fog rests everywhere.
Nice.
I make sure to communicate a few minor things. Like I'm not directly talking to the men, but I'll talk to like the sergeants and inform them that people should consider bringing weapons that are not necessarily powered. Because when we encountered this like dust last time, it could like destroy some of the like non-mechanical things. So like standard grenades would work fine because it's like a pull pin and there's no mechanism to it. But like heavily complex machinery like e-cannons could get ruined. And so you could restart them and clean them, and I explained that, but like make sure that everyone has like at least a secondary weapon that can do stuff. So yeah.
Okay.
Right. So like the colors here on this planet, if for just purposes, think of like a dark fir green for these huge pine trees. Think of like a really, really like dark rich brown for the bark of them, and then that nice silvery gray. And so the sort of like shades of lighter gray for this dense, heavy mist, this fog that sort of just permeates the air around here. It's almost just like an extension. It's just like the atmosphere from the very top to the bottom is sort of this constant fog that sort of just moves slowly over this planet. Okay. Yeah, and then as you guys are going, you think you guys you hear something crack, like branches snap nearby, and then you guys start taking fire, and I think that's where we're gonna begin.
Test for dominance.
Yep.
I'm in.
I'll roll.
I'll do this.
I've failed all of these recently, but
You might get lucky.
yeah.
Lead, fam. I'm holding at a 7.
Hey, we did it.
Ooh. All 3 success.
Okay. Well then, you know what that means.
Well, what'll happen to the aliens?
I know. That's what I was saying is that that means that I'm going to obviously fail, and we're never going to see what these aliens can do. Oh,
Only 3
there we
success,
go.
yeah.
So we both succeed.
Get
I'm
your
not-
greater than symbol wrong.
Yeah, that symbol's
Yeah.
wrong, but you did succeed.
Yeah.
It's a tie. You both got 7s.
Yep. So we tied at the highest one, which I think you means just you set the range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No ambush.
And I think we're just gonna go far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Pastor Day.
Yeah, that makes
Alright.
sense. Yep. So we see the fire that gets shot out here is once again it just seems to be like indiscriminate, like a volley, like in sort of like volley patterns of shots, like and then it's like it's kind of they just scatter and they start breaking some of the firs and things like that around, just raining down through the mist these dark green needles. trees branches are getting hit by these volleys, and looking up, and you can kind of just see like the holes they're leaving in. They're smoldering. And
yeah, we do our contact drill. Like,
yeah,
everyone moves to cover and returns fire. And I have my marksman rifle, so I try to I hunker down behind a tree and then start sweeping through the fog if I can see a muzzle flash or something to shoot back at.
Yeah, that's what you guys see, because these guns aren't the best guns. These guns are maybe something just like a Garand kind of or even worse than that, like something like just a single shot Springfield, or even not like a muzzle loader kind of gun, but think something like 1900s in terms of speed and tempo, cadence for shots, fires.
Yeah,
repeat,
it's the
right?
non-infected ones.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm. So okay, so what are we doing for this turn?
I'm going to be attacking. I'm going to be fighting.
Yep, I'm fighting.
I'm fighting.
Okay.
Let him have it. Oh wait, yeah, I used the wrong number. That doesn't matter. I failed.
I succeed.
Morgan's at the top with a 5, looks like.
All right, so I am going to fire off my E-cannon and charge the little bastards in the forest. So I will move up to near.
You get to attack and then move to near.
Well, I did. So.
Yeah.
Oh, you did. Okay.
You should roll your kills.
Yep.
Well, I don't roll my kills at this range. I have a 1.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Okay. Yep.
Plus 1. Nice.
Rip token. You hear the sounds of as something dies.
We see a little one fall out of the trees.
Oh yeah, I like that.
As I cut 3 trees, the tops of 3 trees in half, and one fall.
Yeah.
It's the smoking fur. Yep, sad Ewok moment.
This is that sad pandas and
yeah.
So panda.
Yep. So explosions and shots are firing off. Captain Young, you go. Then I think it's me next.
Yep.
3 with a 3.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So I think another maybe you guys are one group kind of takes your attention, you guys focus, and then all of a sudden I think maybe from the side or something like a flank, some other of these red pandas now all kind of wearing some kind of muddy sort of camouflage on them. Kind of pop up and start taking shots, and you see them ricocheting off this armor here. And you guys are getting lit up by this. Once again, it's leaving these this residue. These shots are leaving some kind of residue on your armor this time around. So you guys are taking a kill. How would you like to take this?
I'm not taking a kill, though, right? Because I
right
for them and I succeeded.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
It's just me and Young.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
bastard, you would have gotten me.
I'll just be a mess. It's all
Yep.
good.
Yep, I'll take it too.
Okay. All right. So it bypasses your armor, right?
How?
Well, it's just not using you're not using your armor, right? So the shots just what I meant by bypassing your armor is that the shots go either they miss your armor and they hit you in the fleshy bits, right? Because your armor didn't protect
I'm
you.
expecting that when it hits us, we're probably rattled. There's impact ballistics. But
Yeah.
I'd be shocked if black musket nonsense can actually bypass our armor.
Right. You are shocked as those wounds are burning indescribably to others. You've been shot before, but not like this.
No problem.
Well, that sucks.
Yes,
Do we take
Your
more damage?
Geiger, your Geiger counter is
We'll take her iodine or
Yeah.
super iodine, whatever it
yeah.
is.
Yeah, these are essentially uranium shells.
Radiation scrubbing pills.
Yeah, depleted
Okay.
uranium.
Nuclear pandas.
Well, now I don't feel bad anymore.
No, me neither.
Yeah.
They just up the warfare factor.
Yeah.
I'm a get a token.
Yeah, I'm gonna get myself a token, and you're gonna fire a rocket launcher, right?
Yeah, I will. We'll take some 95 kills.
95 kills.
I think there's a
That's
moment.
pretty good.
I think there's a moment where they hit me, and you know, like at the time, I'm like I pop up through the head of the vehicle as we start taking fire.
Yeah.
And like at the time, the APC just like puts some guns down, and then when it actually like goes through my armor and starts burning, I'm like, okay, you asked for it, and then I just saturate the forest in fire from long range.
Yeah, totally. Just explosions of missiles just coming down, right? And you got 95 kills.
I did. That's a lot of pandas.
Yeah.
One might say I am causing pandemonium.
Ammonium.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, the fires are diminishing as you guys retaliate. So it's next round, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep scanning. I didn't get a shot off last time, so I'm gonna try to do that this time. I'm fighting.
I'm fighting as well.
Let's see.
Oh, I actually think I'm.
Yeah.
I might NFA from the vehicle because it's not damaged and it does have guns. Although so that's what I'm doing. I'm firing the APC.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're ordering the APC to fire over there. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think just the shots keep coming in and it's a little less infrequent. Because they can't really, they're not in a position to escape well here. So, let's see.
Oop, nope.
Nope.
It's all right.
Well, Pasternak's got it so far.
I also fail.
Yep.
Oh wow! All right, it's all you, Morgan.
Get some.
So yeah, so I've been charging the position, and now I've got their numbers, and I've been scanning all this time, and you cleared off all the foliage. Thanks for that, Captain. And now I can just see them in open ground, and I just unleash hell and plasma bolts, and kill a lot of them. Did it not
Yeah,
roll?
you forgot the slash.
I forgot the slash.
Oh my god! Again, a 1 on a D100, people. That's two times. Two
No,
times.
I rolled a 4 last time.
Oh, it was a 4. That's right.
Oh, it was a
One.
4.
That's right.
I'm so sorry, Pasternak.
That is amazing.
Yeah, that is
It happen one of these times. If it happens like 3 more times,
awesome.
then I may trade it in for a new E-cannon. But you know,
I think there's a moment maybe after the whole thing is said and done, and you know, Young claps you on the shoulder and says, "Well, you can always blame the black dust for messing up your kill counter."
I'm actually like shaking the kill counter and trying to look at the thing and like, is something wrong with this? What the heck?
So,
Yeah.
so two
Like it's
things.
fixed somehow.
So, two things before we go to break. First off, thank you, Michael Snow, for resubscribing for 7 months in a row. Bless you. Thank you so much. The other thing here is you guys do not recover your wound at the end of this combat here.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Lasting wounds. Oh no.
The radioactive burn just seems to kind of just linger. You know, you use your Terran injector metagel. It just eats it. Just, and it's still there lingering.
Nice.
That's not good.
So this is something that, like, the as Gregor says, the surprisingly useful 316 field manual mentions this type of possibility in some way. Like, I think it kind of like probably vaguely describes various alien dangers in the field manual.
Well, Tommy Trooper says, "Be careful if aliens use a."
Exactly. Tommy Trooper.
Yeah,
I love
it's
that.
totally
He's got a
Tommy.
little cartoon icon in the margin, and yeah.
Watch out.
Be like Tommy. So once Young and I like realize Stone will do his sergeant duty and like basically he's not going to take everyone's med stuff like he did with the combat drugs, but he's going to basically like tell everyone what's going on and tell them not to waste their medical supplies. Basically, we got a new protocol here, and he's like grimacing and limping where the burning shot hit him in the leg. And all right, you know the drill, everybody. No reason to waste that Metagel. You just got to tough it out.
Yeah, I think maybe Captain Hall from the APC is like, hey, is there a problem?
Yeah. Clink. Radioactive rounds. Our supplies, click, click, aren't doing a whole lot of anything.
Do we need... Is this cause for abort?
Seriously, have you never been in the field?
No, that's what I wanted to hear, Captain. All right, and yeah, so we go to break. They have not been in the field, or they say simulated. All right, so.
Don't worry, the pain sucks, but it's not unbearable.
All right. And on that note, we're going to break right now. All right, so don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be back in about 5 minutes or so. See you guys on the other side of the break. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to 316. This is part 2 of episode 11, where we're murdering some red pandas. So you guys just fought a sort of small little special forces group. As you guys, ostensibly, you're going to approach them and try to look them over or get some ideas here. It looks like that they have, this group in particular has sort of learned to help convey their heat signature patterns with this mud to you guys. It looks like the
We're predators.
for lack of a better word, these ones look like they're like special forces rangers type pandas.
That's adorable.
Yeah, that these were like the best of the best that the red pandas have.
It's a red panda with a Born to Kill headband on.
Yeah,
These squads were expert.
They all have John Rambo bandoliers of things. But they do have bandoliers that with these sort of extra rounds in them that are now burning in your hands. You can clearly see it's obvious to you that they are nanofabricated rounds. Like, these people don't have the technology for this, but these are perfectly shaped, uranium depleted rounds in these guns.
I'm gonna kind of kick one over with my boot and look and see, like, is it a caliber that we use? Is it a 316 tech, or is it
make an NFA roll?
I succeed.
Cool. You spot that as this guy was dying, or this girl was dying, they had a small grenade primed on them, and you were able to get away in time before it blows up.
Crap. Nice.
So
I yell.
So the
"Grenade,"
answer,
and then die.
yeah. So the answer is, I don't know. There's an additional color to the palette here of red mist, as they sort of just explode. There's another one, right? There's more bodies.
Yeah, that's the worst success I've ever had. I'm gonna try it again.
Yeah. Well, it's better than taking a kill.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Your success. I'm letting it ride here. So you cautiously go to the next body and stuff like this. One was killed before anything like that could happen here. And your question again. Your intention was to see one more time.
This is too high tech for them to make these rounds, so I want to see if there are tech that they're using, or if it's alien.
Yeah. No, you can see the telltale signs of it being Mandelbrite. Maybe that has the maker's mark of the Mandelbrite trademark symbol. They can't help but put that stuff on, even on their copyright insignia stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I like fish it out with I don't touch it directly, but I fish it up out of the dirt and like hold it up so the Captain Young can see the marking. Like, and I go Mandelbrite, and I like disgusting, like toss it into the dirt, and then I give Captain Halsey like eyesight. I kind of give her a hard look.
What the shit is going on here, Delta?
Say again, Captain. I didn't hear you.
These fucking Xenos have Mandelbrite weaponry. It ain't from my boys.
The comms. I can't. I don't understand. You're like banging on the window.
No, I'm not. I'm like command coding open the door and like walking in a bit of a huff.
Yeah. What? Look, why would I know? She says, obviously lying.
Cool. This is your fucking playground, and I expect some answers, and I expect them now.
Look, it's part of. That was not part of the play. That is not part of the Delta experiment. That's not us. I don't know.
Can I check and see if I am sufficiently terrifying her that she's actually telling me the truth?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I bet you get away with it. No, you don't.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. We were testing XN273 on an uplifted species to see what would happen. They clearly were too smart, and they figured something out about the delivery mechanisms, and they might have tampered with the experiment. I don't know. We lost contact of this site, and we listed it black. That's all I know. And like she's like being honest, right? Like straight up. She's like, that's all I know. That's all I know.
I'm starting to
look.
think
I just want a sample. Like this. Look, I don't care about this. She's lying to you now, again. But she's like, I don't care. Okay, I care a little. All right, I really care. But like, I just the samples. My research. It's so awesome.
But the research.
Yeah.
My tenure.
A surprisingly knowledgeable researcher.
I think there is like this scale in Hall's in Captain Young's mind that has very firmly just been coalesced, right? Which says like threats to Terra, and it's got like like other Terrans, Xenos, and then like Delta at the top, and maybe the 316 in the middle.
So all you can gather from her inane ramblings, like the salient points here, is that they uplifted a species to deliberately expose to this dust at a certain point, as sort of like the evolution of there's some sort of like Delta, like whatever uplifting equipment looks like. I mean, you don't know, but that sort of leads the path of them to get more and more advanced. Apparently, they got advanced enough that it triggers the dust part of the experiment. And then by that point, they've already lost control of the experiment. The uplifting was too successful. And then all of this went black, and they were like, okay, well, check that one off.
I think there's like a moment where Young gets really close to Hall. And it's just like this like blank visor, right? Like I've still got like smoking craters in my armor. And I say very, very quietly, when we are done here, I expect you to give me the name of the person that authorized this.
Okay, Jason Bourne.
Nice.
Yeah, no. Sorry, I couldn't help that as a player. Yes, Captain. Sure. As long as I get my research here, that's fine. And I imagine you're still like nose to nose, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes, absolutely. As soon as this is done, anything you want.
I think there's like a moment where I continue like standing real close to her.
Yeah.
But I toggle my comms, and I address Sergeant Stone, and I say, Stone, you think you can clip 2 to 3 of those rounds?
On, Captain. Goodman, get over here.
Yeah. They are mandel. I mean, they're Mandelbrite tech. Ostensibly, they could be chambered into rifles. Yeah. So you call Goodman over. Yeah.
Goodman,
Yeah,
give me that medical. Give me the drug bag. Pass it over.
Do you check all of them?
Yeah. No.
He stammers and looks around.
I want to collect the extra drug rations that I gave Goodman to police.
Yeah.
Does he give them to me? Does he have them?
No.
He doesn't have them?
No, I left them on Chief's ship, sir. I didn't.
What part of carry these with you, do not lose them, did you not understand, Goodman?
All of it, sir. Or all of it, Sarge.
At least he's honest.
Yeah. Look, I didn't want to deal with them. Hey man, this dust is spooky stuff. I needed to keep my head straight. We're gonna be here. Thought I was safe for everyone.
I like.
You haven't seen this shit, man.
I jostle him around while he's talking, and I go to his webbing, and I find.
You haven't seen this shit, man. Yeah, you find some.
I grab like a magazine holder, like for he uses an E-cannon too. He has a Elric, the E-cannon, and I take one of the like fusion battery casings, and I just like unload the whole charge off the battery and pull it out and throw it down, like waste one of his reloads basically. So I have the empty box. Yeah. And then I pass it to him, and I'm like, "See these?" And I like tow one of the rounds in the dirt. Mm-hmm. These are radioactive. Don't touch them. Collect as many as you can find. Put them in this case. Bring them back to me on the double. Let's do it now.
Okay. Goodman needs to make an FA test. 4.
I'm supervising. If he fucks up too bad, I'll roll 2.
He stops picking them up. Says, Sarge. And he like looks down.
Oh, do you
Again.
need me to hold your hand, Goodman?
No, Sarge. And Goodman's voice is like actually cracking. He says, Sarge, pressure plate. I don't know. He stepped on a landmine. He has his foot, he has his foot down on it. This whole plate, yeah. And yeah.
Like, stop talking. I get on the comms, like, we got a IED here. Everyone move back to a safe distance. I take my rifle off and I set it down and I like elbow crawl up to where his foot is and like brush away the pine needles or whatever and try to like see what it is. See if I can.
Yeah. This is not Mandelbrite tech. This appears to be sort of the like Red Panda tech. So I mean, at this point though, uplifting what is and what isn't is tough to say. But
to my eyes, it looks like a World War I level kind of thing.
Like the dome pot ones with a little button press kind of thing. Click down. Looks like that.
Yep. Okay. So I get out my knife. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be easy, Goodman. All you got to do is lift your foot when I say. And I'm sliding the blade under his boot.
Who makes the NFA test here?
I would like to.
Yeah.
We both might have to roll. I mean, that's fair.
No, I think
Goodman
this is your expertise here, and I think you doing it. I think the onus is more on you.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, because Goodman's going to follow your orders to the best of their abilities here. They're not going to. If there was a question of defying you, then maybe to see if his defiance messes things up for you. But no, he wants to live. He doesn't want to get killed by this landmine, and neither do you. I think this is a very clear.
So I actually have two things to do. I just realized. I've been told that we need to collect this ammunition for evidence, and we're going to lose some of it if the mine goes off. So I start to get the blade in, and I'm like, all right, Goodman, you're good. Just stay right there. Don't move. Don't say anything. Just stay right there. Pasternak?
Yeah, Sarge.
I need you to come up here and get this box from Goodman. Collect as many of these rounds as you can. Then we'll deal with this landmine problem.
Sure, Sarge. That seems
can't
like
be
an excellent
serious.
use of our resources.
I told you not to talk, Trooper.
So I'm gonna walk over and I'm gonna look at I'm gonna size up Goodman, and I'm gonna take a pouch off my belt.
Hall is not being sassy on the comms at all.
You're gonna Indiana Jones that shit, Morgan?
Indiana Jones that shit for no reason. If it's enough to set it off, it would have done it already, right? I mean, not much of a change. But I'm just fucking with Goodman.
It should also be kind of obvious though, like these rounds aren't necessarily radioactive to touch. It's more like when they're fired that sort of like breaks the seals to these things. But I mean, better safe than sorry though seems pretty good here in the case.
That's not what I want them for.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So yeah, I'm doing that thing. I don't know if I need to roll NFA or
no, there's the Yeah, you should.
Yeah, I thought you might need to.
Good. Let's make this as many rolls as possible. I succeed.
Good.
Hey, nice.
Hey. You spot a claymore facing towards where you're going. Not at you, but the other way.
Clever little bastards, aren't they?
Like this is like throughout the area here. You kind of realize that like, oh, this goes on.
Yeah, we're like going into this mined area. Mm-hmm. Okay, so if I see that you've collected some of these shells, because that's what I was told to do, then good. We fulfilled that part of the order. And now I'll just depress the mine with my knife so Goodman can step off it. And then I think do you want to roll twice here, Eric, or once? My goal is to get him off of it and then jam the thing so it
Down with the
won't
knife.
detonate. Yeah.
Right.
I'm not going to disarm it or anything. I'm just going to jam my knife in the dirt and so that the handle like holds the plunger down.
Yeah. Oh, that's. Here's my question. Here's how I see the fiction going. It could be one roll if you're willing to lose your knife permanently as it's stuck there, keeping the landmine.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Let's see what happens.
if you're fine with that.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Hey, I do it.
Hey! Oh, Goodman is he is
I like we both back away, from the thing, and I make sure like I point it out so everyone knows where it is. I go over to Goodman. I like shift his weapon back around because I like moved it out of the way. I shift his weapon back around so he can get a hold of it. And I like adjust his webbing so it's back where it was. And I reach down, and I take his combat knife off his belt, and I put it in my sheath.
Yeah,
I don't slap him on the shoulder.
He doesn't care. He's like, "Whoo, that's good. Oh boy, I don't want to. Oh, I would have been so mad if I would have got one of those vat legs that that Pasternak has. Whoo, oh, it's so good. Oh, these old boys. Oh, he's like really like just loving his legs right now. He's like, okay, I'm good. Whew, and just deep breaths here.
And I like,
and then he finally is like, no offense, Pasternak. And he's,
I turn around and ignore him, and as he's doing that, and then I kind of give Pasternak the look as I'm passing, like, you can get shit done. Good job. I don't say anything to him, but I just give him that like, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck this planet. Yeah.
Then I report to Captain Young. We got a minefield situation here, Captain. Looks like we're moving into some improvised explosive traps. Maybe we can clear the way ahead with that rocket pod of yours.
You don't say. You got those bullets for me?
Pasternak.
I'll stash them somewhere safe.
Cool.
Notably, we'll flash back to this moment at some point. But yeah, I think basically like I pop the back of the APC, I get a couple extra clips of rockets, I close it back up, and then it's basically just like saturation fire to like Sherman's March to the Sea kind of nonsense. But like I'm creating a corridor for us to advance.
Yeah.
They're gonna hear us coming.
Yeah.
A little bit of thunder, a little bit of lightning. Boom, 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 boom. Yep.
Yeah, as you guys just march down the APC, slow and steady.
Yep.
As you guys are sort of passing there's a lot of explosions as you guys are going forward, hitting these detonations. This place was heavily and thoroughly set up to prevent things leaving the area, not actually coming into it. As you guys are like you can see the way things are shaped. Everything is shaped focused towards the where you're going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think the little assholes they uplifted had the same idea that we did.
Yeah, I think so.
What's that, sir? What's that, Captain?
Put all the dust in one place, nuke it if it tries to get out. I dare say I may want to actually reset their traps by the time we're done.
Yeah. But as you guys are not making this obvious that you're doing this, the sounds of birds are heard. Like a huge flock of screeching, almost like bat-like screeches. And like through there's a dark looming cloud of like coming through the mist and the smoke of these explosions, and then you guys are all seeing these like bats, basically the size of your head, just coming at you guys. And I think we're doing our next combat.
All right.
So like the bodies of the bats are the size of our heads, or the whole thing?
No, the bodies, like the whole the span.
Okay.
Like it's just a swarm. It's just a giant swarm of these bats here. You also notice that these bats aren't just like regular bats. They have some kind of they seem to have some sort of like metal collar or something kind of on them, like some kind of like ID tag kind of thing on them?
Yep.
Trained alien war bats.
I was
the
about to
it's the worst.
say suicide
Panda.
bats. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that could be. Yeah.
Bat pandas?
Bat pandas.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
All right. Dominance. I'm gonna roll. Morgan rolled. I
Hey,
succeed.
Morgan locked in an 8. Nice.
Hey, Morgan, you get to not be stuck at far.
I think we should start at far. No, I'm gonna let's be at near.
All right.
All right. You know what I got? TPK bomb.
There we go.
Yep. Okay. As you guys try to fight these bats, and now I gotta roll. Sorry. Yeah, these were right. These are part of the red pandas stuff. Succeed with a success. A 6. We all succeeded, so you guys set the range, right? And
We're
I think
gonna
you
be
did.
at near because Morgan had top roll, and that's where
Yep.
Pack shines.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. Maybe I'll roll a 2.
Maybe.
Right.
I'm doomed.
And also, hopefully, chat. I'm, as you can tell, I'm experimenting with adding some music and effects. If it's too distracting, you guys tell me. Players as well. There's the My Settings tab in Roll20, the gear. You can turn down or just straight up turn off the master music level if it's like I don't want this in my game. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got mine turned off, but I'm gonna go back and watch the VOD to see what it was like.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
So, orders. Yep. The bats are flying at you. Yeah, they you can see that as you shoot a couple of them, they're coming by, they do explode.
Yeah, who's shocked
Oh
here?
boy.
Loading bats. Did neat surprises fall out of them?
No.
Tasty treats.
I am going.
They're not
to...
radioactive, if that's what you're asking.
No. I just wanted to know if they were pinatas inside.
No.
If that's pinatas.
Eric,
So they're
if I
attacking.
see, I see that this is the case that they're explosive.
Mhm.
Can I test NFA? I'm not going to change range, but I want to move. What I want to try to do is, like, since they're swarming us,
Yeah.
I want to like kind of draw their fire, so to speak, so I can move a group of them together, so that one of them getting blown up will take out multiples.
Yeah.
So instead of me trying to pick them off in the trees, I'm gonna try to like draw the swarm into a denser space, so everyone else can do more damage or whatever. I'm basically NFA testing for
For the
I don't
next
know.
attack to do 2 kill counters is kind of what you're doing. Is that kind of
Yeah,
how you see this
what
playing
what
out?
mechanical effect do I want here?
That makes
Yeah.
sense, actually.
Yeah,
That
maybe
helps.
that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's perfectly reasonable in this situation.
Okay. I will try that. But let's see. And everyone else is fighting?
Yes.
Think so.
Yes.
All right, here we go. I succeed with a 7.
Oop, I had the wrong number, but I succeed with a 4.
And I succeed with a 2. So,
Nice.
Still finding those tins.
Harper goes first, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
So your NFA triggers, you're able to, or is it actually, was this kind of FA as you were field of firing, like trying to get them into
No,
a better spot?
I'm just doing that as a token move. I'm not really attacking them. It's more of an NFA thing.
Okay. Yeah.
I guess technically I can change range if I want to, but I don't know if I want to. Oh, but what I can do, I'm going to change to my sidearm with my NFA test as well. So instead of using I like sling my slug rifle and drop my sidearm and then do this maneuver to draw them into a swarm.
Okay.
And that's me. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Hang on. They succeeded.
Strosh goes next, I believe. And Strosh, ostensibly this attack would do 2 kill.
Yeah.
Or you could cancel. Right.
Yeah.
I think we're probably okay here. I'm going to describe a thing, and you guys tell me if this works. I think there's this moment where Stone starts hurting them, right? Like luring them and getting them into a zone, and we're a little too close for me to like shred them with rockets. So I think what happens is I start sprinting at the APC, and I'm already giving it orders to like back up and maneuver so that I'm going to be firing into the zone where Stone is going to be. And I'm going to use the APC's free move to move back to far and basically just saturate fire and do 2 kills.
I see that.
Cool.
So I'm going to move myself.
Yes.
And I'm going to just roll kills.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look! I'm being infected by...
Same. This atmosphere is just not good for the kill counters.
I know, right? But nice and far, though, away from all the explosions.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I will be nice to Morgan and not ask if 2 kill counters means that I rolled twice.
The analog machines, yeah, they seem to work pretty well here. But everyone else is relying on super heavy equipment. Yeah, not the best. Okay. So then I guess I'm up next, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would too. Yeah, I just want to double check. Yeah. Okay. You have removed 1 token or 2 tokens. And these bats are gonna go. So these bats, yeah, they kind of just get up to you, and yeah, they start like exploding around. It just looks like flak, right? As like just like kind of explode, hitting your armor. They're yeah. What do you? I mean, it's just guts of bats and explosions. They're basically like grenades, little tiny micro grenades going off.
I think what happens for me is after I drop rocket fire, a couple of them target me as a priority target, right? Because I'm doing like AoE saturation effects.
Mm-hmm.
And as they come zoom in for me, I like wait until they're like almost on top of me, and in that like final dive explosion moment, and I throw myself backwards like off the side of the APC and let it absorb all my hits. I'm just gonna let the APC be damaged because we can repair that.
Okay.
You don't actually take damage, do you, Josh? Because you succeeded and beat the aliens.
Oh, never mind then. The APC's fine.
It's just Morgan.
Just me.
Sorry.
It's all right.
But that's still a cool reason why you don't take damage.
Yeah. Morgan, it's you're allowed to use. Or never mind. It doesn't make any sense. Continue. Okay.
Okay, so you hit me, so I will be taking this. And there's a couple of these things attach on me and explode. Which is why I couldn't get my shot off.
Ah,
Let's go with that.
That explains it.
that makes sense. Okay. We have 1 round left, or one token left. So new round.
Yep.
That's what I meant to say. They're gonna.
I'm going to attack.
They're gonna try to get the.
I think I'm gonna bang on the cockpit and get the APC to do like a spread fire auto targeting thing on short targets so that it's like
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's a firing solution looks like a Battlestar Galactica shot. Just like. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yep. And the bats are just exploding everywhere.
I'm gonna.
Oh no. Bring us home, guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna fight.
There we go. Pass it up.
I've got the sidearm, so.
Yep.
Hey, aliens failed. That's good. And I failed. It's just
okay.
you, Morgan.
All right,
Morgan
Morgan.
gets 100 kills. Go, Morgan, I believe, fam.
20 kills.
Hey, it's a big improvement over the previous ones.
20 times better.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I will. So yeah, these things swarm me. They explode, and I just kind of step out of the smoke and wreckage, and just
Yeah.
or whatever the hell the cool sound effect
So
is.
ostensibly, they're not like all eliminated, but their threat is dispersed enough that the rest of them go away. Right? They are removed as a threat. Good job.
Bats, man.
Yep.
Exploding bats.
Nah. Sorry.
Cool. Yeah.
It's like the old history vids from World War II. Didn't they? They trained bats.
Yeah.
With incendiary bombs on them.
Wait, are
I
you
tried.
serious?
That's a
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they did. They tried. I think they
World War
actually
One, they used
implemented it
pigeons?
at one point, but
Well,
they
It
didn't.
was also very hard to get the bats to go where you wanted them.
Yeah, the idea was that they would like roost in
People's
In the
houses.
buildings.
Tokyo, which was largely wood, and then incendiary bombs would go off, and then boom.
What a plan.
Yeah.
But okay.
I guess every era has its own Delta Squad.
hmm
Well. So that
Special
was dangerous, but you guys are able to get through as you continue to get closer and closer to the crater site. As you can see, the containment versions of the defenses against these containment zones are getting more and more difficult and stronger and robust. As we go back to exploding more, like there's like another set of landmines, and we just kind of watch as you guys barrage your ways through. Yeah, until you sort of get to what appears to be just like a slow burning, like a pitch, or it's not burning, it's more like an acid, like an acid moat sort of around this thing. That you can just, it's a thin band, maybe like 6 feet wide, just this ditch, and you guys can just see this sort of like greenish, sort of blue, acrid smelling pitch is kind of going around this thing to stop anything from combing across it. I mean, you don't have to make an NFA to get over it. You're in an APC. I just thought it was a cool thing to add here as you guys get ready to go down into the craters.
Okay, we just feel like we can just drive right over it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you have an
okay.
APC. It would suck if
Cool.
you were on foot to have to, just jump over it and things, but that's not a problem for you all.
They have used APCs as like bridging, where they like ride over each other and they make like temporary pontoon bridge style stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
I
we
don't
could-
think it's
we
that
could do-
wide.
It's not. It's wide enough that you guys can just, with enough speed, just literally just go over it.
All right.
But as you guys get into the crater, you can see sort of on the ground level, like below the fog, you're getting more and more. You're seeing more and more of this black, telltale signs of the XM273. No mounds yet, but you definitely you're seeing
fine.
some of that.
Make sure. I just want to make sure that. Actually, I
It's
call
like
over
in the
a trooper.
roots of things around here, right? It's in the
Yeah.
earth.
I'll make sure that somebody with one of those like EMP grenades sets one off so that we can confirm that it still does that rigidity and then like drizzle nonsense.
Yeah, you
'Cause
want
I don't
to.
want to be in the thick of it
Yeah.
when I find out that my weapons aren't doing what they're supposed to.
Yeah. So the EMP grenade goes off, and it just makes a perfect circle around. It like draws the dust to it, right? It makes a rigidity. I imagine something sort of like a ferromagnetic shape, like it just gets all super like spiky as like the field gets formed around where the bomb goes off, and then it just crumples and renders its inertifies. I don't. It's I don't know what the word. I don't know what the word is. You guys,
becomes
Classic
just-
nerdification.
I'm not in
Yeah.
I'm not a scientist. I'm not in Delta. Why would I know the word for that? I'm just kidding. But yeah, it just renders itself inert.
Oh, that still works. That's good.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, no, everyone's glad about that. Dr. Hall says, see, if we didn't have to, we could have done this from further out if our sensor beacons would have been operational, but this is fine. As we hear their engines moving, and you said the APC didn't take damage, right?
No, because
Okay, good.
I made my roll and it was higher.
Yeah. Good. Mm-hmm. Cool.
so
Are we no longer
you're getting-
messes? Or what's the deal on that?
No, everyone who's a mess is still a mess. Oh, I'm sorry. You took damage that last turn, Pasternak, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, fictionally, you weren't shot with those rounds, so yeah, you could actually recover being a mess from the bats.
okay, I got it.
Yeah, because they were attacking you with something different.
Right.
But no. Okay.
So Eric, what we're just in the crater. There's nothing in here. It's just black dust.
Well, I was going to describe, as you guys are going deeper now into the crater, you begin to get infrequent radio signal broadcasts in the mist coming sort of from the middle. You are also detecting now a much stronger Geiger counter radioactive gamma radiation lines coming closer to here. It's coming in, the radio frequencies are coming in on sort of the backup channels that would be set up for not necessarily just 316, but just sort of the army in general.
It's an old code, sir, but it checks out.
Correct. It's infrequent. It's sort of all over the place. It's just garbage. It's just garbage on the radios.
But we can't see anything. Is it just fog and stuff in here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No mounds, no people, no.
Yeah. Between the fog and the radiation things, your sensors are just boop. But you are getting these weird static radio broadcasts that seem to just be repeating, right? But it's just garbage.
I click my comms. Can I talk to people on the comms here, or is it like all static?
No, it's getting to be all kind of static. You're like, if you're like a couple feet, if you're in the APC, maybe you're able to do more, but like outside of it and stuff, you're just like.
Yeah, I think I'm with the troopers outside the APC, but I'm gonna like fall back from our march, so I'm back to where Captain Young is, and like put our helmets together or stand close to her or whatever, and be like, what are we doing here, Captain? Because this is like the soup, like, what are your orders now? Do you want us to just start blowing stuff up at random, or are we here to like, what are we doing?
They want to perform some sort of tests on this shit.
Yeah, I know what she wants. What do you want? I'm following your orders, Captain.
Step one, if the comms are on the fritz, we do need to communicate with each other. So 2 things. One, we're going to use the technique I used on Daisy, which is mark your suits so that we know each other, because I wouldn't be shocked if we see Mandelbrights coming on the other side, and I don't want to confuse you guys for something else if IFF is on the fritz in this soup. 2, work with Pasternak. You should set up some whisker lasers. If you get stuck, call me. Just like light beam communications, they shouldn't deal with this EMP nonsense the same way. And 3, I'm going to go see if Hall can do her tests on whatever this black fog is outside here, so we can just back our asses out of here, reset the traps, and get the fuck away from the zone if we need to like hit it from somewhere a little bit further away. And I like look up, indicating like shoot it down with a plane kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yes, Captain. Pasternak. I like flash my my helmet light, like tick 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 until you notice, and then I kind of like wait. I try to wave the platoon over so we can get close and like try to set up the makeshift comm thing that Captain's talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
I look at Pasternak and I'm like, whisker lasers.
Yeah, that'd probably work.
The ground rumbles. and shakes.
Shit.
I don't like
I attack the planet.
that. Yes. I shoot my rockets at the darkness.
Again, it is the prophecy.
Yeah. It rumbles, and your Geiger counters begin to go up a little bit.
right,
Something's
so
approaching you, and it's radioactive. That's the only thing that's working right now is your Geiger counters through the mists, and it sounds like there's a rhythm to it. It's like a ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum,
Mhm.
ba-da-dum,
Mhm.
ba-da-dum.
All right, so I'm going to try to set up the communications and ID stuff that the captain wants.
While you're doing that, like we're huddled, we're kind of the platoon's like falling back to the APC. I want everyone to like face outwards with their weapons, and like if Pastor and I can just like run around behind us and like do whatever he's doing, we're gonna like go into like defensive combat mode because we know this thing is coming.
All right, so I'm setting up whisker lasers, and I'm getting out the can of spray paint and putting a big X on the front and back of our suit.
Nice.
Cool.
On the double, Pasternak.
And right before we go to break, emerging from the frog is this sort of blob-like combination of red pandas people that sort of just like is lurching itself over, and you can hear the sounds of the bododom as like its legs and bits hit the ground, and then like just repeats. It like undulates as it like kind of falls on top over itself and kind of moves itself forward as this rolling ball of this black and vaguely green like lime in different parts of it is just rumbling towards you, and
It's a Dark Souls boss.
yeah, it's a Dark Souls. This is a Dark Souls boss.
I've got
Dark
like some
Souls.
wires and some and like a screwdriver in my mouth as I'm fiddling with things, and I think I just see that and I just go, and it just drops.
Yeah.
So
Perfect.
And
Yep.
we don't have time. So yeah.
Yep, break time. So see you guys on the other side of the break. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the third and final hour here of episode 11 of 316 Role-Playing Game. Yay! We're fighting our Dark Souls boss, as John so eloquently put it. A black rolling mass of partial panda bits and limbs and other appendages are just rolling at you.
Partial panda bits.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
New from Kellogg's.
I think the APC immediately lights it up in the floodlights, and I think Captain Hall just like screams.
Would you
At
say
this
that
horror?
it has appendages? Yes.
Yeah. Hard yes. Hard yes.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Good one.
As it gets closer to you, some of the appendages apparently have guns and start shooting at you as it just continues to roll.
All right.
So
Cool.
this is fun. Yep.
I will roll.
I got 5 tokens out today.
I fail.
Wow, Morgan. Jeez. Consistency.
Statistically
That's
unlikely.
freak, my friend.
I succeed with a 3. Maybe you can do better, Strash.
Oh, I'll try. Nope. Exactly the same.
3's for us.
2 for me.
Hey!
Oh!
We got lucky.
That's okay. Set the range.
How do you feel about far there, John?
That's fine with me. My rifle is good at far.
Far away is good. Let's do it.
Eric, did we did Pasternak make a roll to like give us temporary comms, or did we?
I did, and I failed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we can't actually communicate well right now. Okay.
Yeah. In fact, this might be part of the source of why it's the statics as it gets worse. You know, like you're fiddling with it, being like, why doesn't this thing work? And you got the tools in your mouth, right? And then like this thing gets closer, and you're like, it's getting worse. And then this thing just shows up, and you're like, oh, yeah. And then firing solutions engage, fire for effect.
Yeah.
Far. What do you do?
Man, how many tokens we have? 5.
Yep.
Is there any cover here in the crater?
No. This place has been stripped of cover for
Thought
the
you were
most
gonna say
part
that.
here. Yeah.
I would like
And
to.
a Katamari ball of
You
death.
can try to use the trees as much as you want, but like this thing's just chewing them up.
Can I make an NFA test to create craters in the crater with my grenades, so that there's cover at far?
John, actually, I'm considering saying the magic word here. I think what I say is strength.
Okay.
Oh.
We can roll before you use it if you want to see how it goes.
This is gonna be a tough fight. With 5 tokens, if we're actually trying to nitpick and choose, we gotta like roll above it and lock it down and do all sorts of like fun nonsense.
It's your strength, so use it whenever you want. Don't let me.
I think that's exactly what happens. Is yeah. I'm gonna strength.
All right.
Okay. So you strength.
So for people who are just tuning in today, Strash, maybe you can tell us what that means and
Yeah.
what happens.
So, I think there's a mechanic in 316 called strengths and weaknesses. Weaknesses, it helps build out a fleshed out character. A weakness is a thing that can allow you to escape a dangerous situation and survive, but usually it showcases some of the not quite as pleasant aspects of who you are as a person. Like a lot of times you'll abandon your friends and do like very cowardly stuff, even though you're supposed to be this like rah-rah badass warrior. Strengths are the opposite of that. Strengths allow you to just win in an encounter. Traditionally they're used like in a position, like I'm trying to not waste our resources, particularly when I know that some of the opponents have like lasting wounds. So strengths allow you to end an encounter, kill all the tokens, and roll at your best range, but they also allow you to flashback and tell us a little bit about your character so that you can see where you're drawing on this source of strength, right? And I think this particular strength for Captain Young is going to be called Plan C, and essentially it's going to be from like some basic training where I'm like, there is like this old grizzled vet with like scars that he refuses to get patched with like the new gels, and he keeps like waving away doctors, that kind of nonsense, is training us young rookie recruits. And one of the things that happens is we all face forward, and like we're firing on like these like holographic targets and other things like that. And there's a point where like we all feel like we're happy, and there's a hoorah, and then he like clicks a button, and like someone explodes, and like the simulation ends. And you know, he lets us know like that enemies come in like all shapes and sizes. We need to make sure that like the enemy is not amongst us, things like that, and we need to be prepared for any eventuality. And then like he replays the scenario but changes something, like the enemy now teleports or something like that, so on and so forth. And he says that like he tells us that we're failures unless we don't just have a plan A and a plan B, but also a plan C, which is something that Hall has been exhibiting this entire campaign. And I think that there's this moment where this thing is coming, and you get ready to throw grenades, and she makes a gesture to you, like to stop you, and she like pulls her rocket pod and actually like fires in the air. But like instead of just like throwing the whole thing up, like she like fires like a sequence, like a 1 2 1 2 2, like something like that, and then just like pulls out something and like paints the target, and like just before it rolls into everyone, there's like saturation fire from our drop ships and other things like that on the target, right? Like, so essentially she had planned ahead and put like the planes in such a pattern that they wouldn't be diving into this like static free thing, and had a backup plan to like tell them when to dump the ordnance. So like they do a bombing run and they just like annihilate this thing, so that all we see is like charred bodies and like nothing else kind of like gooping forward towards us.
Yeah. I imagine, so like your plan C, that's so good, because your plan C is you're like, you can't even call it in really, so you had to have another thing. Is it like is it a flare? Remember, because the comms couldn't really work. Or
I'm using my rockets in
yeah,
kind of like bam, 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 like for like, you know.
Yep. And I love that. So like, yeah, exactly. So the camera literally is like sees that thing, and you have like the radio like fighter pilot chatter being like, Roger, moving in sector, Ghost is clear, Ghost vector altitude 750, fire for effect, you know. And it's just like and then you just watch the bombs boom 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 through the smoke, and down it's like just all in front of you guys, like danger close. Awesome. It's so
that's
good.
awesome.
That's amazing, Strash. Yeah, it's so good.
Just because it's a moment of badassitude, I just want to add one tiny detail, which is that when this thing comes apart and the bodies are all falling over, the last one like lands in front of the APC, and like it, much like she was in the last moment, like Hall was firing, like basically standing with like 2 feet like on the hood of it, and she like steps off, and like one of her feet like crunches like the remnant of the body, and she just goes clear.
That's so awesome.
Nice.
All right.
Cool.
Oh, 100. Hang on.
Yeah, kills at your best range.
Hey, 55.
Okay.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
That puts us in a 4-token final standoff position, which I think is pretty stable. And Pasternak might be able to get his last kill of the planet badge.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe so.
Maybe. Okay. Yeah, with this thing gone, Captain Hall, okay, so you guys will probably see this and stuff, like Captain Hall's like, oh my, Terra, what? They're just like completely flabbergasted, and they're immediately trying to collect some samples into some containers here, of just like the confetti, the Dark Soul boss confetti. This is left here. Is anyone going to
Well, they
stop
don't-
them from setting up at a preliminary research?
No, as long as they're not trying to bring that stuff back to the ship, this is why they're here.
Yeah. No, the APC kind of stops and idles as they begin to take out some of those crates and set this stuff up to get an idea of what this thing is.
Yeah, I guess unless there's some reason not to, Stone is gonna like he kind of had that like hastily formed 360 security situation, and now the threat is neutralized, so he's gonna like, I guess what we're supposed to do is like create a cordon around Dr. Hall's team so they can do their collection. So I'll send like one platoon on the like eastern arc of where we are, and then the other platoon on the western arc, and hang out, shoot anything that moves, let the eggheads do their thing.
Yeah. So they're gonna the chatter from the radio broadcast though is still coming in. So there's something else down here. But it doesn't seem nearly as important to Captain Hall as looking over these samples. And you see them bring out a couple of the like white dust stuff. And she kind of asks everyone also here, just checking in, being like, "Hey, how's everyone feeling, by the way?"
Should we be feeling any different?
I'm just monitoring the inoculation effects.
Right as goddamn rain.
Okay, good. And we know Stone's quiet. It's like, okay, minor aggression altitude levels update. Okay, all right. Right.
I like flash my light to get Pasternak's attention, and I mime the vacuum cleaner scanner thing. Like, did you bring it?
It'd be on the APC.
Yeah. You want me to scan?
Yeah, I kind of like it. So I can't talk to you over the radio, but I sort of gesture that, while these guys are doing their collection thing, maybe if you could, like, I don't know, give a little scan. Maybe we can find out where this radio interference is coming from.
Sure, I'll give it a scan.
Yep. Anything?
Oh my lord. Your die only has 10s on it, Morgan.
Well, it has 9s too.
Oh, good. Well, then you're fine. You're fine. You just need to
So
raise.
yeah, I'm just like I'm trying to get the scanner up, and it's just like whatever is interfering with me as well. So, or I pretend it is because I can't seem to get it working.
Yeah. It powers on here for a little bit, and it powers off. Do you want to?
I know nothing about technology.
Yeah. It says all it says is like restart required.
Turn it off and turn it on again.
Yeah. It's like, do you want to like diagnose this thing or? Because if you don't see what's wrong with it, ostensibly it's the atmosphere.
Yeah, I'll try to get into it again. But.
Well, so as you begin to turn it on and like you're like doing your like, what the fuck? How'd this thing break? Looking over it, you definitely see bits of black dust entering this thing. Like it's kind of like the drill part is like completely black, and you see it kind of like hitting the electronics at the base of this thing.
All right, so I get a
What do you
popper
do?
grenade.
Yeah, an EMP grenade.
I'll be
What do you think that
back.
What can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
As technical expert here, what does an EMP grenade do to this stun? Also being in range of obviously, hitting the stun ground echolocator or sensor vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, I don't know. I think.
Okay, you don't know. Okay, cool. All right,
I'll take
that's
it
good.
off and,
That's great.
I'll basically drag it away from the group and put a grenade in it and give it a timer and walk away.
Yeah, okay. I just wanted. I wanted.
This is what we call the hard reboot.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So let's. I would allow FA or NFA because it's a grenade here.
I'm gonna fix it with FA.
And you get a 9.
So EMP grenades is what I was supposed to be using, right?
You failed again. Oh
Yeah.
my god. This is amazing.
This is.
If you were playing like White Wolf or something, you'd be like on the ball.
Hey, technical expert, you know this is bad. As the whatever fuel power source that Delta has in this thing is charging up. Like it's the containment field for whatever the antimatter power of this thing or whatever. I don't know, the technobabble for the sensor material is going nuts here. It's going to explode.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Like it's
put my
in
helmet
mission.
up
It's in
and use
critical,
the,
right?
Mark 1 voice box to yell "Run!"
Okay. When Pasternak says
There's not enough time. Sorry, I should cut you off, John. Continue.
no, that's fine. Go ahead.
I was going to say, there's not enough time to get kind of everything here. The APC could probably get up and going, but, you know, the quasi field lab here set up, I mean, there's no time to get that out of here, right? Captain Hall's research and some things are here. Their assistants are doing stuff. Like, what?
All right.
What are you
so
going?
in that case,
Are you going to
I'm
try to save anything, or is this like get out of? I just want to make it clear about what's going on.
If that's the case, I'm going to grab the thing and start running away from the camp.
You're going to grab the sensor thing.
Yes.
That you threw a grenade at.
The bomb.
The thing that is now
the
the
bomb.
antimatter thing is going. Yes, I'm going to grab that and try to get it out of there. Because if I can't move all the people, then I will move the thing.
Okay.
Pasternak, it's been an honor serving with you.
Well, hopefully I can throw the thing far enough away, or
you're not going to be able to outrun a small little micro
Look, I've got
nuclear
armor.
explosion.
What are you talking about? Technically,
Yeah. So,
I've got strengths.
True.
Yeah,
True.
that is true.
I've got weaknesses.
Believe, fam.
Help me navigate this, guys, because I feel this is a niche case not covered by Cricker about how to interpret. This thing is ostensibly going to like just nuclear, like a small little nuclear explosion, like a little neutron like briefcase bomb.
Well, but I mean, the thing is that right, technically, if a nuclear if our captain launches a orbital bombardment and nukes fall all around us, we can take the hit on our armor and be fine.
Can we?
I mean, unless this does more
mechanically.
than, if it does multiple kills, then I guess
Actually, it does. 1 second. I believe you are incorrect. You can't take it on your armor, but you can just be a mess.
Yeah. Or
so in either case, when I orbital bombard, we only take 1 kill, even though the nukes are all around us.
Yeah, it depends on the situation, right? Like we take a kill when that happens because we take some collateral damage. We don't get hit by nukes. If we got hit by nukes, we would get vaporized.
Right, obviously.
Yeah.
So hopefully, what I'm trying to do is get this thing far enough away from both me and the group that I can survive.
Yeah, and this is also a tone question that we haven't really addressed yet. Morgan's point is valid, and he's saying hey, it's Action Adventure 316. I take a kill, and it's awesome, and I get blown away clear from the blast, and that's how we do it, which is cool.
Or in that case, I won't do this, and I will run as far away as I can.
Right. So let's figure that out for our interpretation of this game. Do we want our troopers to be able to kind of just soak crazy stuff and take a kill where it would otherwise we're surviving a lethal thing. I don't know. I'm on the fence. I kind of like the idea of the bomb goes off and he's just a mess. That's kind of fun, but also a serious consequence is kind of cool too. So I don't know. I'm not arguing either one.
I'm gonna kind of ask if we can maybe strike a balance. So one of the things that we need to consider, I know that we have explosive bats and red Fanda uranium round rangers. So I'm not trying to pretend that in a fantasy game it's impossible. But I'm saying maybe we can take this like briefcase bomb and make it a serious bomb, maybe even doing 2 kills that can be absorbed with like armor and wounds. And maybe we have to make a roll to save Pasternak, and maybe like there's a bunch of stuff that's involved.
Mhm.
So maybe there is a balance. Like there is a difference between a nuke goes off and you're like, come at me, and
maybe
any
it's
glance in our direction will vaporize us, which is maybe more realistic. But I mean, we are space marines with like magic armor and stuff.
Right.
So
I was gonna probably set. Sorry, John, I cut you off again. I'm so sorry, man.
that's okay.
Go.
We could let the roll decide part of that. Like,
yeah.
Good luck, Morgan. The roll, like we could have it both ways. Like Strash was saying, like if you succeed, it's just a kill, and you walk away from a mini nuke with just a mess. And if you fail, then it's whatever horrible wound damage, whether that's 2 kills, 3 kills, death, whatever the worst version is.
Right.
So maybe there's a case where like we can scale things where
based on the roll
on the nicer end, like a success, it's like a saving throw in D&D, right? Like you save for half damage sometimes, or you start out by taking 0 damage of save, or like whatever. We could scale it from like a save here means you become crippled instead of dead, or something like that.
Something.
But I guess what we have to do in order to play that way is like establish the baseline.
Yeah. So
damage, and then save versus
perfect.
That.
Here's where I would open. I think might be like a good fictional medium zone, and I want to hear what you guys think about this. Should nothing happen, no one runs away, no one does anything, the bomb explodes, and would deal everybody 1 kill. It would also destroy or do something to the scientific equipment and everything going on, right? As radioactivity hits
destroy the scientific equipment seems reasonable,
So like
and possibly the APC too, like wreck it.
Right. But if Pasternak, if you want to charge into this and try to stop it, I think being closer to it means that if you would fail, you would take 2 kills. On a success, though, by endangering yourself, maybe a success just means a 1 kill as you're exposed to some of the radiation blast as you're like containing it again. Right?
That sounds great to me. So let's. I will give it a roll.
Morgan, I just want you to know, I believe.
We're all counting on me.
And I mean, this is on you. So if you're happy with that solution, then
if we're all cool with my ruling here about that, because like I'm not necessarily like comfortable. Like if we want to do it that way, like if you guys want to negotiate it to be worse or less based on the tone that we want as well, I'm open, right?
I like this. I think negotiating it case by case is good. I can imagine things that would be super lethal,
right?
And this.
Sorry, By the way, just everyone watching, like, super sorry we just had to like have a quick talk about tone about the game here and stuff. For the show, it's part of the game, right? We never encountered disarming a runaway nuclear energy compactor in some secret sensor technology before.
Well,
so we're gonna.
I think there are many games that are produced that are watched like a TV series, but I think that one of the we don't pre-script this; we're just kind of winging it, and that's part of role playing. I think that more tables should talk out things like what tone they want.
Okay. Right.
Agreed.
I completely agree. It's not like this isn't necessary and stuff.
So let me make the roll. I mean, I if anything, I am due, right? I mean, I am due for a 10 is what I'm obviously due for, but whatever. Let's give it a 10.
Believe!
Believe! You got a 6! You got a 6, which is it's a success.
Okay. So I see this happening, and I had already stepped back from it.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, shit. And I run towards it. I grab it, and it's right, a big fucking vacuum cleaner thing, as we've discussed. So I'm like,
yeah,
and I'm using all the servos in the Mandelbrite to try to chuck it over the ridge of the crater.
Oh yeah.
So I get up to just sort of the top of the ridge of the crater. I chuck the thing. It flies off, and as I'm turning to try to jump out, the blast hits me, and I go, come on.
Yeah. Oh,
and
that's
all that stuff.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a
So
huge,
hopefully
bright light.
there's enough of a crater lip that you guys don't actually get hit in the blast, but
Yeah.
I being up there to have to throw the thing.
Yeah. No, there's just a shockwave that goes by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
As this
I'm
thing
a
goes
mess.
supercharged. This goes Nova.
My armor is nice and shiny though. It's got a nice gloss of radiation to kill everything. Scours
Yeah.
for the blast wounds.
Your armor is taking the kill for you?
No, I'm just describing it as.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I'll take a mess.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks for saving our bacon, Pasternak. I'm gonna make a note.
Didn't get the scan done. Sorry about that.
Yeah, when you like tumble down the side of the crater smoking, and I'm running over to you and I like flip you over, because we can't talk on the radio, so I like want to see if you're alive. Basically, I flip you over and like touch our helmet so we can talk. Pasternak, did you get any readings?
No, so
Priorities.
didn't get any readings. Sorry about that.
I'm kind of being a little jokey, and I like help you up. Yeah.
Oh, Christ.
Careful there, soldier. You're not expendable.
Oh my god.
Okay. As you walk away, I'm just like
shoot you. Yeah.
I'm just pointing. Like it's just a finger gun. I'm just.
Oh.
Apparently, the low gravity belters culture is like very fond of puns. We didn't realize.
It's Eric's fault. He made it pandas. I couldn't help myself. GM for my Masks game did an ocean theme with Atlanteans. There were fish puns the whole night. So.
Oh boy.
All right.
Yep. I mean, sea monkey see, sea monkey do.
Right.
Okay.
So I come back with Pasternak, and I get close enough to the Captain Hall and Captain Young, so that they can hear me, and I'm like, "Good news, everyone! All the science equipment is still safe."
Oh, that's good. Yep.
Except for that experimental scanner, but that's not important right now.
We'll requisition a second one.
Yeah, we lost our weird Delta thing. I don't know. Maybe that was the only one.
Maybe. We'll requisition one. We may not.
Yeah, we can ask for one.
I
Yeah.
can build one out of spare parts.
In a cave.
Yeah, when you say that, I like pull you aside, and like our audio kind of drifts away where I'm like, you think you could make one of those to go off on purpose like that?
A failing antimatter bottle? Sure.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to throw it again, though.
Maybe some sort of launcher.
Whew.
So it looks like to scout the rest of this place, you're gonna have to do it on foot.
We
Oh,
do it.
Yeah.
Do we leave the APC and one of the platoons to guard the camp and let them do their research stuff?
Yeah,
you guys
I
go
think
out?
that's a I think that's a good idea.
Let's do it.
Hey,
do you give
Lieutenant
any-
Tyrrell, you never do anything. I can't order Lieutenant Tyrrell around, but
I can. So yeah, I think I definitely do that. But Tyrrell's been quiet and largely following my lead. So I pull him aside, and because even though I assume that the 316 will make it through and everything will be great, I make sure that I impress upon him with extreme gravitas exactly how serious I am about not bringing any of that shit on board.
Okay, good. I was going to ask you about that. Cool. I think this would be a good time for you to NFA just to secure this with an order.
Yeah.
yeah,
Because
I think he needs to be pushed around.
Yeah, so Tyrrell would need to be pushed around here also because they're about to get castigated by the Captain Hall to do this. Hey, it's a success, right?
It's not a great success, but I'm like, if I give him some pointers because I was an LT before, and I'm like, if they tell you that they need to depart before we return, or you get some sort of like order, etc., you can always say like, "Oh, I've got standing orders. That's not what the captain said. I'm in a different chain of command."
Yeah, standing orders is that no one comes back to Alpha Rendezvous Point with any alien material.
Yep.
Right. Cool.
All right.
So
I organize, sweeping, kind of phalanx formation, march, search, formation.
So I think we cut to sort of like the flashlights on in the fog skirmish line as you guys are going through this creepy black covered tree roots with this fog hanging over you. You guys are just stepping through this sort of like black little like ooze pits, kind of like all throughout this place, sort of like just spreading out. There's these puddles of this black ooze.
Yeah, are the trees like, when you said the root thing, I'm picturing like are they banyan trees that have their like exposed root at the base, where like in swamps, where you can almost like walk through the root structure?
Yeah, like mangroves, or is that what you're kind of thinking?
Yeah, maybe mangroves.
Yeah, like banyan are similar. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, like the typical pine trees here turn more and more into these. I don't want to say degenerate, but they definitely look like they have devolved a little bit from like the rest. They look like they're adjacent, but they've been
infected by
the nano has sort of like stuff has affected their growth.
Yeah,
we've seen this before in black teeth and black eyes.
Yes. So
yes.
These are black bark on going up these trees.
Yeah,
the fact that the roots are growing in circuit patterns is always a little disconcerting.
I think there's probably a shot or two of Young having to like gather her composure, and you get that classic movie moment where we have like flashbacks to those scenes with the like ooh, wow, like with the noises. You know how they do.
There's
shake it off.
You're not alone as you guys march. There is some fauna in this place. I use fauna very euphemistically, as I struggle to say it, red panda like catfish things living in these ponds trying to like grow. They're about maybe the size of your hand. They like wiggle around in the ponds, and they as soon as they get out, like a couple of them are brazen enough to like jump out, and like they survive for mere moments, and they just kind of dissolve into just more blackness on the ground from these sort of bubbling pits.
Oh, good.
This dust, it's obviously the ecology of this place, and this dust is causing some sort of weird like growth feedback loops here that are just not good cases.
It's like trying to create twisted forms of life, and they're not all surviving. Cool.
So just flamethrower.
That's what I was gonna say. Who is it?
Goodman has the flamethrowers.
Goodman has a flame
unit. That was last time though.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm cool with Goodman still having the flame unit. Yeah.
Goodman.
We did order bringing at least some non-energy weapons here. A flamethrower certainly qualifies.
Yeah.
I think this is like in the movie, there's like nice shots of that stuff happening to establish it, but for us as the troopers, like as soon as we see that kind of thing, it's just like the fire just immediately kicks in, and we don't care. We just burn it down. We're not studying this stuff.
No, not at all. So a lot of like black grays, sickly greens here as for the color palette. What was once Endor probably looks a little more like Dagobah. To give you guys an idea here, sort of what we're dealing with in this crater as you get closer to the apex of this place. It's pretty nasty. You guys definitely start finding some trails though, of that seem to be claw, like a panda like claw prints around. In fact, you see sort of like not like necessarily a game trail, but like a walkable trail through here that leads further beyond. I'll leave it up to you who spots it, but would you be interested in following that along, or fuck that, stay the course.
If we don't have another waypoint to go to, like, I think
Before then there was no
following,
path. Yeah.
yeah, I'm fine with adjusting our course and following the walking path, but ultimately it's the captain's call. But I'll turn us in that direction.
No, it's fine. Let's just follow it.
Yeah. Imagine sort of like maybe like a small little like vein of this black is sort of like running parallel to this path. Cool. You guys arrive at a stone-shaped stacked stone pyramid, but in lieu of stone, it looks it's more organic. Mixed amongst that seems to be, I just obvious to you appears to be concrete, like Terran, like old, like the base levels seem to be like really, really old cracked concrete that goes up a little bit more. There's like this black sort of smooth stone that seems to like, it's almost like I struggle to say it's more like a sponge than a stone is what I'm thinking of. It's almost like porous, like it's like breathing. The rest of this sort of layer cake builds up. You see there's more, you see like a ship engine in it. It seems to be like something has sort of just whatever was originally here and built these shapes has sort of just grabbed whatever was around and sort of just built this mud tiered cake out of all the material around. So there's like a banyan tree or sticking out the side of one of them, just like kind of like a weird layered cake trash pile.
I was muted, sorry. Yeah. How big?
It doesn't go up to the trees, like as far as like it doesn't breach the canopy layer here, so
that's like a building.
For us it's probably about anywhere between 20 to 40 meters.
Oh,
height.
Wow.
But
okay.
The trees are gigantic above.
Yeah.
So, but like, yeah. So it's almost like a weird, like muddy ziggurat thing. Yeah.
All right.
Yep. And all around it seems to be these sort of like black panda things that like are covered. Yeah. That sort of just kind of like emerge out from the tops of this thing like termites, and they're like repairing and picking pieces apart. This is definitely the radio source as well here.
Okay.
Yeah, so it looks like and this stuff is I can't stress enough how sort of like old it looks, like the Mandelbrite kind of concrete here. It's like this was by it's not new. It's covered in just mud and just, but you can see the oblique sharp edges of this place that clearly say that there's some sort of man-made type structures at one point.
Okay.
Story. Rockets.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm like, everybody pull up short, Captain. Can you hit this structure with explosives, please?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lots of explosives.
Cool. So let's finish today with a good old combat.
Yeah, let's try to win dominance and be up far and rocket the hell out of this structure. What do you say?
I approve. Dominancing.
I succeed with the 3. Morgan, yes.
Oh,
nice.
He pulls it out with an 8.
Nice.
Morgan, you gonna give us fire for rockets?
Sure.
So
really?
No.
So Sergeant Young got a 1. Captain Young got a 1. Sergeant Stone got a 3.
I'll fix my name.
Corporal Pasternak got an 8, and the aliens got an 8.
All right. So I'm going to set us to near.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a tie, so right. Yeah, okay. Cool.
Captain now.
Captain. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to update that name.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't realize.
Yeah, I don't even have mine in there. I need to change mine too. So what's the maneuver, Morgan, so that we are at near instead of far?
So I think what happens is, so these things are, where were they emerging from, or where were they coming out of?
They're sort of just
are there things?
so the covered in this dusty mud pandas with that obviously look like to be like mutated. Some of them have like an extra arm. Some of them sort of have vestigial wings. They
But where are they? Where are they coming from?
some of them are coming from the top. Other ones are sort of like already kind of around, but they clearly see as you guys start shooting the thing. Like immediately, the place begins to like just buzz with activity as other ones come out of other holes around.
Okay, so I think what happens is we were setting up to set for far and blow it up with rockets, and that's when like they all emerge and they're surrounding us now. So it's more take them all out.
Yeah, it's a target-rich environment.
Cool.
Yep. I'm gonna be fighting.
I am going to be NFAing
Yeah.
for something.
Just to juxtapose anyone who was on Planet Daisy, this stack of rocks looks like a facsimile to the stack of rocks before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to be like it's
okay.
all right.
Yeah,
good.
I didn't pick up on that. That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to be clear. I kind of think I realized that, and I just want to be very clear how it's just not
Yeah.
the thing.
Yep. Yep.
It's like the thing, but not
Right.
the
It's
thing.
trying to be that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
totally. That's cool. Yeah. I would like to, let's see, there's 4 tokens. Is there any cover here?
It's possible you could
I will create some. If,
yeah, you
if
would
need.
essentially you would have to like blow up some of the little holes that they have, and you could use those as cover. Like you would just seal them and
Yeah,
they'd be
that's
cover.
okay. That's what I want to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to give us a better fighting position so that and
So would that move us into cover?
I would like to blow it up and move myself with my NFA test.
Okay.
And then that'll make it available
Yeah.
to people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think stone fighting here isn't the best way to help the team, so I'm gonna do something else.
Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
And you guys are fighting?
I think so.
Yep.
Okay.
The aliens charge you with their strange saunter, I guess might be like it's not quite a zombie drag, but they lurch erratically as they come at you. A couple of them try to like do strange like cricket hops, like, but they jump at you aggressively like cave crickets would.
Cool.
They like do like these tremendous hops. A couple and you can see a few of them can spit.
Oh, great. Spitting. Yeah, they
like-
attack. Yeah, Chad. They attack us with Thriller. That's right. Uh-huh.
We attack
Yeah.
Oh no, I failed.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, they
See if
attack
we can
you.
pull this out. Here we go. Oh, no. Hey, Pasternak, pulling it
All right.
out.
Up to you, Morgan. You tied with the
All right.
aliens.
All right, so can
Yeah,
I
so
do
you-
the thing where I cancel both of us out, or no?
Yeah.
Not on a tie. You can't
No,
cancel.
you have to
No.
be better than them.
Yeah,
Okay,
I wish you could.
it's all right. Jeez.
So
Hey, 41 kills.
There you
That's
go,
better.
see?
That's better.
Nice.
what this looks.
I'm gonna pass you.
Do you want to narrate anything about the attack?
So I think we're all kind of getting pushed back up onto the pyramid ziggurat thing, and we're all kind of like surrounded by these things as they're working their way up the pyramid, and it's just hosing them down. As I am unleashing the E-cannon.
I throw a grenade to... Sorry, Morgan.
Yeah.
I throw a grenade to blow a hole in the wall, and I think it just like caves in. Like I'm rushing over to take cover there, and the side just goes and like falls apart, and there's a big pile of rubble. Whoa. Echo?
What's up?
Wait.
Is that me?
Yeah, that's you, Morgan.
Okay.
Weird.
That is super weird.
Echo out of nowhere.
Yeah.
All
like
right,
your
is it happening
speakers.
still?
Is it happening
Hello?
still? No.
Nope.
Okay.
Good.
Weird. Okay.
It happens.
Fixed.
I was gonna do my umbrella with the echo, but oh well, it's gone.
Nice. So yeah, I ever remove a token on my turn. A few of them seem to get they jaunter on 2 legs, and then they get down to 4, and they sort of like wiggle themselves, and they pretend to like do the sort of like dog throw up motion as they like hawk some of this black stuff at you guys. It's clearly also has a bits of green in it too.
Gross aliens. I'm gonna take that on my armor.
Me too.
Rather not be hit by that.
Yeah, but think of
Armor
all the amazing science opportunities that are available
All
if
the
you
talk and
took
scrape
that.
it off my shiny Mandelbrot covered ass.
Yeah,
You sounded like Cave Johnson there from
It's a-
Portal 2.
yeah.
Science
Radioactive
opportunities.
bits of metal are in the venomous spittle. It's
Great.
It's not great. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. They're termites. What do you expect?
But our armor does work.
Yeah.
Okay.
For now.
Sweet.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good news.
Someone use a strength.
I do have one.
I don't.
I'm gonna let's go into the next turn. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah.
Well,
Because you can drop the dice and call strength. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
sure.
Right. So anyone playing along at home, yeah, you can call a strength at any point.
Let's all fight, and we'll all succeed, and that'll be the last 3 tokens, and we'll win. Right?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
what we're doing.
Easy
We're
peasy.
doing it.
Look at that. Pass.
Hey!
Oh,
Hey!
aliens failed.
Oh, aliens failed. 2 successes on the player's side, and 3
And I
successes.
got one too.
All right. I would love to hear what you guys do here.
See, hold on to the strength. That's all right. It's all
Well, then I
right.
can't advance. Right? I can't get out of being a corporal.
So there was a moment, I think part of the reason why I failed last turn is that I froze. Something about their emotion, about the way they looked, was giving me flashbacks to previously dealing with the weird black powdered, half organic monstrous things.
Yeah.
But I think Young shakes it off, and I think she cuts a hot line through them with a like she slings her rocket pod on her back, and she like, this is for cinematic purposes. I'll do the obvious like correct die rolls or whatever, but I think like this is like power claw hand pistol, right? Like she rakes fire through people and she kills a token's worth getting too far, because like if you succeed and beat them you can go, because she's gonna turn around to like level the structure even if I get no kills for it.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I'm gonna roll my 2d6 near for 4 kills,
All right.
which is my final total.
So here's the interesting thing that I
Okay.
actually need assistance with. You guys tied.
You
So I
roll
don't-
off unless they agree.
for last kill.
Yep.
Yeah, we roll off.
Okay.
Just 1d10. I got a 6.
Is it high or low?
Hi.
Hi. All right, I get the last kill of the planet.
Go you.
Yeah.
All right. In that case, I'll
I fear for Goodman.
43.
Ooh.
Whew.
You want to narrate anything?
Yeah, so we're withdrawing, and I am just raking fire and uploading with a cannon at near range. It's a beautiful thing. Tears.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And I'm going to I like motion to Goodman and Cortez to like get on my ass, and we flank around sideways because I see where Captain Young is going. And as her rocket barrage from a distance, her like fictional positioning rocket barrage takes down the wall, the three of us like breach and clear the structure at that moment, and like flames shoot out the holes, and Cortez's shotgun is like going off.
See the casings flying.
It's like total mayhem, and then the side wall of the thing on the other side blows out, and the three of us emerge, and one of the last like abomination panda is like jumping towards us through the swampy water, and I just shoot it with my sidearm, like blam, and it face plants in the muck.
That's so awesome.
We did it.
Nicely done.
Yeah, that could have been real bad.
Yeah, for a second it was a little dicey.
That could have been real bad.
Yeah. Cool. So that was the last threat on the planet.
Yep.
So ostensibly we just see as you guys have, I don't know, tell me, what do you guys do after you have eliminated the defenses of this sort of mound? Do you like, I mean, you guys are kind of on your own.
No, I oversee the systematic dismantlement of this whole area. Like, we EMP grenade and like flame down everything and then double check that there isn't things hiding under the ground. Like, Young is not messing around with this.
Right.
Yeah, I am fully in that mode as well. I'm like supervising everyone's work to make sure no one's shirking, and like not really checking everything, and like double checking all their sectors to make sure that they've covered everything with the grenade effect, and like, being very meticulous.
Would Captain Young be the type of person who like creates the XM273 elimination doctrine, like the scorched earth doctrine for these things, like what that means?
Yes.
Like EMP grenade, space this far, time detonation, flamethrower, pass, visual
It'll
inspection.
Get added to the field manual.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
Right.
Tommy Trooper says when.
Cool. Yeah. You can, so as you guys are destroying this place, there's definitely seems to be an old, like, kind of just below the surface is the remnants of some sort of like radioactive core to at least like a starship of some kind that's kind of just been leaking here indefinitely.
But it's definitely
it
Terran, right? Like, it's got like Terran shapes and markings. That's where the Mandelbrite stuff came from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or like either a ship.
Okay, you guys, your sound is going weird. Is anybody else getting that?
I think it was you again.
Okay.
Yep. So yeah, it's a ship level engine or power supply.
And it's a Terran fleet engine. Not alien technology.
And can we pull a serial number, or
no, that stuff is so long gone. It's just like literally just the containment field has just been, it's off, but it's so it's radiating so that it's continuously just burning down. It's just the raw materials sort of left in sort of an old frame. So, but you guys do know that the like a not just a Savannah class, like a frigate or was it? Oh, you're a corvette. This would be like a larger ship, but then again, also like a mobile facility would also probably use this, right? Like I kind of think of like Terran from StarCraft, like a command center kind of thing landing would also probably have the same sort of power supply.
Yeah.
So like ostensibly though, it was like a large type facility was here, or a ship of some kind, like a droppable. mobile styled facility platform was here at some point.
Is the radiation too strong for us to like
Markings of Delta are here for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Can we take video of it or take pictures or something? It's going to interfere with our.
No, your guys. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if your comms wouldn't work, still, I doubt your cameras and thing would
Yeah.
either, right?
Yeah, we don't have film cameras, so
yeah, we don't have Kodak. Yep.
No.
Wait, you guys didn't bring the Polaroid? Here, everyone, punch in.
Yeah. Like, there's no like servers or documentation or anything here. It's all just whatever bits are in this mound are kind of here, except for underneath that mound where everything was kind of swirling around was this sort of ship core. You know that there were other ones on this planet as well. So ostensibly, yeah.
Can we figure out if it was like how long ago it was, what ships might have used them, and that sort of deal?
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's a different, older model.
Yeah. This looks to be about 5 years old or so.
Okay, but I mean,
this is what you can judge that based on their radioactive decay, maybe.
Sure.
I'll give you that.
If we find out like where it might have come from or who might have done it, if we want to do that, can I get figure something out from that, or do we? This is what we know.
Yeah. This is what you know right now. You could do more.
I was going to say probably we can do more research once we're back on board and we actually have like comms and databases and stuff.
Exactly. But with just the things you have right now, you're not even back with Captain Hall, or I guess that they'd probably be done at this point, that they would be seeing these things. So yeah, I mean, Captain Hall's here for you to answer any questions if you want to trust their judgment here.
Trust their judgment.
No, I think keeping Captain Hall away from this is probably a good idea.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Cool. Then we are good for time, and so then we will do the wrap up and stuff next session.
Yep.
But that was fun. Good job, everybody. Fighting weird panda Dark Soul things.
Yeah, we didn't die. It's good. It's always good.
A little scary once we couldn't heal.
Yeah. That's a bad one. Lasting wounds is really nasty.
Yeah. Feeling it.
Yeah, but you're besides Pasternak, your dice were good in combat, but not great in everything else today. I'm sorry. Rip the loss of our sensor.
Bound to happen sometime. Actually, I realized I should have totally used my my major or my colonel's badge thing, and I could have just boom.
Yeah,
just taking it on the field.
Your kinetic field armor, yeah.
That'd be cool.
Always got that in your back pocket.
Stab it with the dagger and turn it on.
Yeah, basically.
Oh yeah, okay.
And that does make you like actually immune to to nuclear damage.
Yeah. Cool.
Nice.
Awesome.
I remembered it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. Good session, everybody.
Yeah, that was fun.
Do some. So I need to check and see. Ostensibly next week, possibly. We have to double check everything.
Well, let's coordinate.
Yeah. We'll coordinate off
for
cam.
me.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, we'll coordinate for the next session. But anyways, we will be on a Saturday around this time. If not this, then an hour later is typically what we end up doing. Lives are a thing. So I've been Eric. I've been your game master today. I'm EricVulgaris. I'm not always the game master for this game. We started with John, and we might rotate either back to John or someone else after this little mini arc's done. We'll see. I'm enjoying this game. I feel a lot more comfortable wearing the 316 pants for the latter part of this session than the former, because it was a little while out of practice. But hey, I'm still enjoying it. So, John, what about you?
Yeah, me too. I'm really enjoying it. It's always good to be a player for change, and continuing to rotate GMing, not back to me necessarily, would be great. But if you want to keep doing it, Eric, that'd be great. I think they're hitting our stride here, and I personally, we talked about this last week, the like slider between how monstrous the 316 Marines are in their genocidal mission in the galaxy. And I thought this planet was really nice. I like the way you handled it, where it was like we were really bad at the beginning and we were killing these cute panda creatures, and it showed like kind of how monstrous our mission is. But then at the end, we got to have that kind of like fighting the bad monster creature thing, which is less sort of less of a bummer. So that was
that the 316 put it there in the first place, but that's okay. We did
exactly right. It still shows that the 316 is shitty, but that was a nice modulation. I liked that a lot.
Thanks.
So yeah, follow me on Twitter if you don't. I'm John_Harper. And I'm participating in Kira Magran's really cool April TTRPG Maker hashtag, which has been going really well so far. And there's like daily questions, and a bunch of people have responded to it, and including like Josh, for instance, and Eric and Morgan. But check that hashtag, April TTRPG Maker. Because you will discover like dozens of game making people. I think I've followed like 30 people or something on Twitter because of this, just coming out of the woodwork, all these cool designers and first time makers or people who are streamers or whatever. There's a lot of cool people to discover on that hashtag. So check that out. It's really, really good. And it's going to be going all month. Today is
7.
Your workspace, I think, is the thing for today. So after this, I've got to take a picture of my desk here. Post it up.
I might have a secret preview for people in my photo.
Ooh, Easter eggs, nice.
We have to download the picture and do inverse the negative. Look at the negative of it in Photoshop and zoom into the corner.
I don't think I'll be that complex. I'll put something cute on the screen of my laptop. How's that?
Okay. All right. That'll do.
Fine.
All right. Well, now you've inspired me. I need to put something like cryptic.
I'm still going to Blade Runner enhance to see it, though. I'm just going to let you know.
Sector C9.
We have to look under your left eye. Yeah.
That's right. Okay. Yeah. So that's me, Strash.
Hey, I'm Strash A. You can probably see my handle right underneath. I mean, I'm staring at my video feed, but I'm sure it's there because Eric always puts it there. It's a great playing with this awesome crew of people. You can follow me on Twitter. That's mostly where I post these days, largely due to time constraints. So yeah, if you're interested, I'm running my Band of Blades game Thursday night on Kelsa Delphi's channel. And aside from that, Scum and Villainy is going to be going to print here pretty soon, which I'm very excited about. And hopefully there'll be some more fun news coming later this month. So that's me. Morgan?
Hi, I'm Morgan, MC Ellis, or MC_Ellis at Twitter is probably a good place to find me. And yeah, it's been great hanging out and good to game today and not have to kill little cute pandas, but, horrible monstrous pandas. That was a nice twist, yeah. Yeah, over to you, Eric.
Yeah, okay. And I've already announced my stuff. The only other thing I wanted to share is that if you're interested in playing Dungeon Crawl Classics, I run a ongoing West Marches campaign of that. It's going super strong. It's super fun. I run it in mostly EU-friendly times, but I try to get at least a couple ones for in other time zones. So if you ever wanted to try DCC and meet a bunch of other fun people who like to play Dungeon Crawl Classics, it's a super fun time. It's really easy, kind of low investment in terms of get started. Just prepared to get your level 0 characters killed, and then maybe one survives and then becomes your low darling. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, Seth Masters played it. Yeah, Fever Swamp is there. So I'll throw in my Discord link here in chat for y'all. And okay, that didn't work. Why didn't that work? I'm terrified why that didn't work now. So all right. Oh well. Anyways, I'll figure out why that didn't work next stream. So that's it for us today. This has been episode 11 of 316. And once again, follow us on Twitter. You'll see when the next episode is. Hopefully next week, if not the week after. So take care, everybody. We're out of here.